Welcome everyone to the Islanders Never Say Die's live coverage of the Islanders against the Buffalo Sabres this Tuesday evening. I'm your host, TJ, and with me here, as always, is our NHL analyst and expert, the grumpy old man. They say there's no shame in his game because he is always the same.
That's me.
Grumpy, how are you this evening?
Great. Should be a victory for the Islanders. We're playing a team that's not a playoff team, so things should be looking good. Dustin Tokarski is in net for Buffalo tonight. Ilya Sorokin for the Islanders. Tokarski's numbers are 3.32 goals against with a .904 save percentage, and we all know what Sorokin's done, 2.46, which is a .92 save percentage.
How the hell are you starting this? Why are you just giving us a stat read off?
You know what? People want to know what's actually going on. That's what they want to know.
Thrown on. But anyway.
Now, TJ, one thing I do want from you, as soon as they drop the puck, you let me know because I know
dropped the puck already because you wouldn't stop talking. They dropped the puck. We're about a minute and 40 seconds in. Tokarski just now touched the puck. We want to make sure we're on schedule. But for those of you who are new to this show, this is a twice-a-week podcast on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you are new, we invite you to stick around a while. We invite you to subscribe on YouTube. We invite you to like on Facebook. And we invite you to follow on Twitter so you don't miss out on any of the action. We also go live during games that are not on a Thursday or a Sunday. The only reason we don't go live on Thursday and Sunday games is just because we have a secondary podcast called TJ and the Grumpy Old Man. That is found in the link in the description below, and it's also found as a featured page on our YouTube channel. So if you go to our YouTube channel, you'll be able to find the twice a week sports podcast where we just talk sports and shoot the shit called TJ and the Grumpy Old Man.
Very good.
Well, Grump, this should be a win, right?
Should be.
We're playing the Buffalo Sabres. We're playing another backup goalie. I just now have Sorokin covering this up. I'll let you know when I have puck drop here at the face-off dot. Okay, Grump, just to make sure we're on schedule and we're aligned.
Okay.
This should be a win. You said Andy Green, though, you wanted to talk about. Andy Green, not in the lineup tonight.
Healthy scratch today. They're going to give Sebastian Aho a little bit of run. You just let me know when they drop that puck.
Okay, I wanted you to opine on that a little more.
I will.
That's fine. They just dropped the puck.
There you go. That's why I wanted you to do it. Yeah, he's a healthy scratch tonight. So, Sebastian Aho is playing. I know they want to give him a little bit of run, hopefully. Why not, right? Nothing wrong. And Kyle Palmieri is back in the lineup. I don't know which line he's playing on yet. I would have to assume it's the third line. No, it'd have to be the second line. I'm sorry.
Okay, Grumpy.
It was interesting. They were saying how, Trotz said that there was supposed to be some changes after the Calgary game. Well, it's just because Palmieri was on maternity leave or paternity leave. So that's the only reason why he was out of the lineup. It's not like, we're making a change to the lineup. You knew as soon as he was healthy, being a veteran, making a lot of money, he was going to be inserted right back in the lineup, and that's exactly what happened.
Man, get your breath, Grumpy, when you're coming out with those statements.
Don't worry about it. Hey, that's the thing. When you show up at the last second for a podcast like this, I'm ready to go.
Grumpy, you seem like you're
it's because TJ's doing whatever the hell he's doing. So everything's like last minute. You know how everyone knows how you are. They all know how you are.
This is my fault why you seem frazzled.
Because I have to get all the words in that I have to say quickly.
Do you think
I know you don't believe it, but people actually want to know when they're watching a live stream what's going on during the game.
I know, Grumpy. I'm just saying, Grumpy. We've got 3 hours together this evening. We don't need to splurt everything out in a 2-second, 2 sentences, run-on sentences, that is. But this is a game to where, again, the Islanders, we haven't podcasted since last Saturday, right? Saturday before game time, we lost against the Calgary Flames in a very unconvincing fashion. I thought we actually looked okay. We didn't look like we were of the same caliber. That was for certain, of the Calgary Flames.
But I didn't think we played poorly.
Did we look like we belonged and we could compete with that team in a 7-game series? That's more what I mean.
You can't compete with any good team in a 7-game series.
That's the point.
Well, I just thought you were just talking about the game against Calgary. Buffalo is showing a little bit of jump here early. Tuck drives into the zone. Uh, Interesting. Alex Tuck came in as part of the Jack Eichel trade.
Yeah, and again, this Buffalo team is one that's definitely in a full-on rebuild.
And can I just say something?
We
Can I
talk
just say,
really quick, really quickly. We talk about all the empty seats sometimes we see at UBS Arena. Man, look how many empty seats there are for Buffalo. I want to say there's more empty seats than fans in the stands.
Oh, I thought this was at the Islanders Arena, seeing all those empty seats. My bad.
There you go, Grumpy. Go ahead. You wanted to say something, though. You
Yeah,
almost cut me off because you got to feel like you got to get everything in the first 5 minutes, but go ahead.
Yeah. So what I wanted to say was I don't remember now. That's why when I have something to say, which is certainly entertaining compared to listening to you, I just say it. That's why. That's what I do.
Shit.
Oh, here's what I want to say. So for Islander fans, who are just unhappy and just want to throw the remote moment because the Islanders are playing poorly this year, it could be a lot worse. I mean, we haven't had a good season, but Buffalo has not had a good decade. So
we've been there before.
Yeah, we've been there before.
In the last 30 years, we've been I would say our franchise has been a worse franchise than the Buffalo Sabres over the last 3 decades. Would you disagree?
Buffalo's been pretty bad for a long time too.
Okay, back when they used to have Hasek, and back when they had Brian Holzinger, back when they used to have the Michael Peck, they used to be a good team back then. Buffalo had moments where they were really good.
Okay, so you're going 30 years ago then. Okay, that's cool. 25 years ago. Okay.
No, I said over the last 30 years.
Okay.
Both teams haven't been great over the last 30 years. I would say Buffalo's slightly better. We're just right now in this time period, right? Last few years, we've been much better than Buffalo has. Simple as that.
Okay, they're just Islanders North for the most part. We're Buffalo South. What's the difference?
Okay, great.
Both of our teams are struggling. Let's just put it there. And I don't care about the struggles of the team. That's something you got to have a little button. Boop.
Struggles. I know you just screwed it up. You care less about the team struggles.
That's it.
Almighty. Jesus Christ.
Well, see, that's something you got to do. That's something you got to do. Instead of doing whatever you do, picking your nose or whatever the hell you're doing today, that's what you got to do.
Oh, man. Grumpy, what is going on? Did like a talent scout say we're coming to watch the Islanders Never Say Die podcast, Grumpy? You better be on 110%. It seemed did you change up your pre-game warm-up or your pre-game that it's because it started 30 minutes early? Is that why you're a little different, Grumpy, today?
All I know is I was ready to go and you were TJ. So
you started on time.
Yeah, it's like, okay, people, this is what really happened, right? And I figure I could, we're friends here, so we can talk. TJ, oh my God. Okay. They just looked like they were trying to give it away. Nice play by Pellick, keeping away from Skinner, who's actually had a little bit of a resurgence lately. Not quite earning that contract, of course, but still. So here's what happens with TJ.
Okay, Grumpy. Yeah, let's stop the droning on. I don't need you to continue to pretend like you're on a one-man podcast. But yeah, I mean, Skinner, let's talk about Jeff Skinner. Jeff Skinner has had a bounce back year this year. For certain he has.
Yeah, he's just not he's still not earning that money, that contract. But you knew it was a bad contract when it was signed.
You've got to overpay. Okay. No, I would argue he's a much more productive player than Anders Lee. You might say, he's not earning it. He's playing on a shitty team. Well, I mean, I don't know what you want from him, Grumpy. I know last year was not a good year for Jeff Skinner by any stretch, and neither was 2 years ago. His first year in Buffalo, he had 40 goals and 63 points. His first full season. Right now, he's got 20 goals at about the halfway mark. In 45 games, he's got 34 points, and he's playing on a really bad Buffalo team.
Yeah, I'm always leery of those players who score a lot of goals or look really good in a contract year after they're dealt. I'm always a little worrisome about them.
Okay, well, this year again, he's got 34 points in 45 games for a bad Buffalo team. I mean, Jeff Skinner is what he is. He's a guy who's usually getting 60, 70 points maximum a year. I mean, he's usually around the 60 range. That's what you expect. 60 points, 30 some odd plus goals as a winger. That's what you have in Jeff Skinner. He's got a good wrist shot. He's got a good release. He's not worth the contract, but what free agent ever is worth the contract they get?
Certainly not the guys we sign, and they're our own players. Makes it
Yeah.
even worse. You know all their warts, and still you sign them those ridiculous deals. Bleh.
Yeah, Grumpy. Absolutely. But yes, now that we're at commercial, go ahead and get to how I frazzled you today.
First of all, you didn't frazzle me. I just think you should be more professional.
Oh, what? How should I be more professional? Tell me.
Making sure you're on time for the podcast, not last second.
Did we
When I
say
have to make phone calls, making sure that, hey, you know what time the game starts today? Oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm TJ. Blah, 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 blah. Everybody knows what you're about. Everyone knows.
okay? So, did we start the podcast on time? Yes or no? The answer to that question is yes. There'll be no further questions at this time. Okay,
You see,
Grumpy.
here's the thing. As I'm learning things, I like to talk to you about them. So I try to make you look more intelligent than you are. And I didn't have that option today. So that's why I'm taking the ball and running with it.
Yeah, don't do that. I'll do it to where we'll structure it up. And again, this is a time period we brushed over it at the top because you win in your million miles a second. Andy Green not in the lineup tonight, though. I think it is worth taking a little bit of a closer look. This is the first time we're seeing Sebastian Aho, what, in 10 some odd plus games?
Since COVID.
Yeah. And again, remember, he's been healthy. He's had time periods when he's been healthy. He's been able to play. You remember he was activated off. And that's what forced us to send down Robin Salo when we activated Sebastian Aho. So this is his first game, whatever, since he's been healthy. The first time playing out of the 4 games he's been healthy for. So
I feel that he did a nice job when he was playing. I thought he got better every game. The more ice time he got, the more consecutive games that he played, the better he looked.
Here's the thing. Sebastian Aho is not the answer. I know we've had a very limited sample size of him. I don't think he's the answer. I'm not saying he's a problem. I don't think he's the answer going forward, right? But you want to go ahead and make sure that there is no reason for any doubt. You know, you don't have any doubt, hey, could Sebastian Aho be the answer? That's what you're looking at this time period. The season is over, ladies and gentlemen. We're not making the playoffs. We don't beat any teams that are in the playoff picture or in a playoff spot at the moment. And again, you lose to the Calgary Flames. It just continues to magnify. I mean, yes, we're not making the playoffs though. So right now we need to find out what we have on our team and what need to be the pieces going forward.
Chara.
Chara is certainly not one of the pieces.
He's not one of the pieces, but he should remember that he needs to play. He needs to actually handle the puck instead of just turning it over like that. I'm sorry.
I mean, Chara is limited in very many forms of his game, Grump.
And right now, the Islanders have out the line formerly known as the identity line.
Well, it still is the identity line. It's the fourth line.
Remember when Prince changed his name to some little symbol, the singer Prince? And he used to be called the artist formerly known as Prince. It's because, he changed. So that's what I'm saying. The trio formerly known as the identity line were out there on the ice.
I didn't know that
they're a shell of themselves.
I didn't know that Prince changed his name. I'd never understood why they said the artist formerly known as Prince. What did he change his name to? What did he change his name to? A hashtag sign?
He had a symbol. He had a symbol, some little funky little symbol. Then he went back to Prince after that didn't sell. But here's the thing. It's not a surprise to anyone who listens to any of our podcasts that you didn't know that Prince changed his name for some period of time. Everyone knows that you know nothing about that.
Do you have an audience, Grumpy? It's like you're trying to present to brand new people.
I do have an audience. It's called the people listening to the podcast. You should actually consider appealing to them sometimes.
I do, Grumpy, but I'm just doing what we always do, man. That's what people like. That's what they tune in for. Nothing new.
We want more people to listen to us.
I know, Grumpy. Hey, it's not all about numbers. We're just here having a good time. But this first, I would say the first 10 minutes of this period have been relatively uneventful. You talked about how Buffalo was like they were putting some pressure on early. Neither of these teams have looked dominant in the first 10 minutes of action.
I will say, though, the game doesn't look like the usual Islanders slog game. So, I think that's a plus.
Is that because Buffalo's forechecking?
Well, yeah, maybe.
No, that was a question. It was a question.
I mean, a little bit. Buffalo's a team. I have a lot of friends who are Buffalo fans. And, I'm interested in watching a team that has young players. Oh, my God, what a horrible turnover.
There it is, Grumpy. Is that you're trying to perform for Buffalo fans? Is that what this is about, Grumpy?
No.
Okay, I'm just giving you a hard time. Um, but yeah, I mean, Buffalo is miserable, and the Islanders are much better, though. Let's be honest.
You know what I found really interesting?
What is that?
Today they were showing like highlights from both teams and where they look good this season. And they
We
were
had to
both
go all the way
highlights.
back to like all the way back to 2021.
No, no, no. They were all well, I don't know, maybe it was 2021. But uh all the clips included both teams playing against Montreal.
both teams, both teams playing against the worst team in the NHL are pretty damn close to it.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was a guy right in front of the net. Nice deflection there by Average Anders.
Oh, you're way far ahead of me.
I
What
don't
time are you at?
understand. We started at the same time.
What time are you at?
9:52, 9:51, 9:50.
Okay, never mind. We're on track. Okay, you were just whatever you were saying was just a little delayed. Oh, we cleared the puck through the middle there on that, but we've been hemmed in our own zone for the last, I would say, 2 some odd minutes.
No, I wouldn't. I don't think you know how to tell time either. Something else you're not good at, obviously.
There it
We were
is.
not hemmed in our zone.
We're being physical. We're being physical out there, but it looks like we've been hemmed in our zone the last little bit. Call me crazy, but that's what I'm thinking, Grump.
Yeah, not for 2 minutes, but I'm telling you, I'm been a little bit
Holy
impressed.
shit. My God, you got to clear the puck. We have a chance there. I think that was Oliver Wahlstrom has a chance to clear the puck, and we're unable to do so.
Buffalo's looking.
And we get a goal.
Oh.
Kyle Okposo scores on us. Are you freaking kidding me? Kyle Okposo with the goal. The Buffalo Sabres are up to a quick 1-0 lead over the New York Islanders.
So there is actually a Kyle Okposo sighting. I thought he was retired.
No, he's playing he's playing top 6 for them. He's actually been putting up points too, but he's playing like 16, 17 plus minutes a night. Oh my God. Holy shit. Look at that. I mean, it was a fluky. Look at the deflection. It takes off a Chara's stick and it goes right to the defenseman at the point, and he's able to find Okposo down low. My
Yeah.
God.
I'm just wondering about Dobson's positioning there, or someone should have been positioned down there. I know you don't want your defenseman, in a corner somewhere, but somebody's got to be back, just at least looking at Okposo. I mean, I know he's not playing with Tavares anymore, but he can still put the puck in the net, obviously.
Okay, it was a deflection down low. He was unimpeded, and that's when he should put in. And second off, right, the Islanders, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure it comes to shock to no Islander fan, do not win a lot of the games when they give up and concede the first goal. So definitely not a good start for this. Is the Buffalo Sabres, but not a good start for the Islanders today.
True.
Absolutely.
I mean, we just look slow. We just look slow.
Mm-hmm. That's what happens when you're the oldest team in the NHL. That's what happens when you play a defensive first style where you have very little offense, by support by your defense, and your forwards don't really do much either in the form of offensive production. So, I mean, here's a nice little move by Anthony Beauvillier, and he passes it. Looky there, Anthony Beauvillier. Look at that. Kyle Palmieri scores a goal, first game back. I mean, it's a tap in, but this is all created by Anthony Beauvillier. Remember how we said Anthony Beauvillier is a guy who goes in streaks? He's hot and cold. Well, he's been very hot as of late.
When the second line is playing well, it's because Anthony Beauvillier plays well. He's the line driver on that line.
He creates that all from scratch just by getting a little speed.
Nice.
He creates separation.
Nice back check by Nelson, though. Let's give him a little credit. And just a nice feed across, and Palmieri skating his wing and pops it in.
Why? What do you mean nice back check by Nelson?
Because he had a night. He was the guy who back checked it to curse a turnover.
Oh, okay. Good turnover. Again, our entire team does that. Our defensive zone. I like the fact that we actually showed a little bit of ability to create separation with speed, which is something the team doesn't have, and a nice feed across. I mean, for Buffalo, holy crap! How do you let Palmieri? Palmieri is not a guy who's fleet of foot. How do you let Palmieri sneak in behind you? And same thing with Anthony Beauvillier. I mean, yikes for them, but nice to see a little bit of offensive pop and a little bit of speed and acceleration by our team here early.
Yeah, nice response after giving up that first goal. And earlier, actually, number 72 took one off the face there.
He took a puck off the face, yeah.
Took one for the team, like Rudy Stein in Bad News Bears, and didn't help him out.
Kanye, the Giant, says, TJ, why do you hate quarterbacks? I don't
Because
hate
TJ was an offensive lineman.
I don't
That's
hate
why he
quarterbacks.
hates quarterbacks.
I'm critical of quarterbacks because they get paid the most of the most important position, and you need a good quarterback in order to win.
Actually, I thought it was because TJ was a lineman and he was jealous that they had skill and he did not.
That you know what, Grumpy? That's actually true. You know what? That's what it is. That's the revelation now that I've got. Here it is again. The Islanders in their own zone and Buffalo just controlling action here for a little spurt of time. It's just odd to see. I was not expecting Buffalo when they were in our offensive zone or when they were in their offensive zone to control the puck. And I mean, like we're just look like we're on our freaking heels when they're in their offensive zone.
Yeah, that was not a good shift for the third line.
The third line was the line out there who gave up and conceded the first goal too. Not a good start for the third line here today.
Well, I wonder who's going to get the blame for that. Let's see who's on the
Oh,
third line. Zach Parise, JP Pajot, and the scapegoat, Oliver Wahlstrom.
we got JG Pajot for certain, and Wallstrom will be the scapegoat. I'll be honest with you. If I'm putting who's won the period, I know it's a 1-1 tie right now. I'd say Buffalo's had the better period than we have.
Well, all I'm going to say is I'm glad it's not a boxing match and points don't count. The only thing is who's got the lead.
Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you this too. What do you mean points don't count? That makes
Like
sense.
in boxing, points. Hey, he won that round 10-9. It doesn't matter. It's just the goals for and goals against.
I say okay. It's besides that one little separation that Anthony Bavili's had, we haven't looked very dangerous today.
Yeah.
Like when I'm thinking about overarching items, right? That's an overarching item.
Well, but that's how honestly, that's how we've been scoring goals the last few years. Actually, it reminded me how the Islanders have played in recent years. Kind of had the play taken to them a little bit, and then they get themselves a little break and pop in a goal, and there you go.
Yeah, about 5 minutes remaining here in the first period. Islanders and Buffalo tied at 1 apiece.
It's been a fast-moving first period too.
I was about to say it's been a quick 15. That's for certain.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen any weakies now. Sorokin, by the way, is going to be the goalie for quite some time. Varlamov, which we did not have a chance to talk about either yet. Varlamov is up there in Canada. He's quarantined. He tested positive. And again, I'm not sure the exact nuances of how long he's got to be there, but that is the reason why he was originally leading the team out and during warmups, and then all of a sudden could not participate and was not on the ice. People were immediately, as soon as it happened, we were thinking about if he was traded, we would have to have an emergency podcast on Saturday. Was not traded, unfortunately. he only tested positive for COVID.
No risk of moving a veteran off of this team. The only thing we trade is draft picks and young players.
The amount of people who were excited on Twitter that possibly Varlamov was being moved via trade was crazy. I was excited as well. It's like, oh man, I said, here we go. We're starting to make some moves. We're starting to trade off some of the old pieces that are not part of the future. And sure enough, no.
Well, you wondered who was going to be the first team to make a trade before the deadline. Montreal traded Tyler Toffoli to Calgary, and he netted a pretty nifty haul there. A first-round pick, a fifth-round pick, Tyler Pitlick, and another player who I didn't know. That's pretty good for Tyler Toffoli, who's got 16 points on the season.
Tyler Toffoli has 26 points on the season.
I thought it was 9 goals and 7 assists. Yeah,
9 goals and 17 assists.
Okay. Okay. Okay, here's the thing, though. That's quite a haul for him, I think.
Tyler Toffoli's always been a guy who plays a pretty decent two-way game. He's a guy who's put up points in the past. Think about it. His career high in points was when he was 23. Back with the LA Kings, he had 58 points. Other than that, the guy's been hovering around 40 points year in, year out. Again, we've had some shortened seasons, but this is not a guy who puts up points in droves or anything of that nature. By the way, Sebastian Aho was credited with the secondary assist on the Kyle Palmieri goal.
He got the Bailey assist. Very good.
He did. He stole the Bailey assist. The BK Italian kid says the Islanders lose tonight. Does Lou start selling like a hippie on a college campus?
I would. Wouldn't you? I would.
I think we should sell. I don't know when they're going to start selling. Remember, the trade deadline isn't until like mid or late March. So they have time. I'll be interested to see what they do.
Okay, but see that's what I'm saying. You're seeing what Tyler Toffoli got when Montreal was proactive. What do you think some of our players could get?
Well, this is the thing.
Brock Nelson took a stick right to the face.
And no call. No call at all.
We don't know whose stick it was.
Well, that is true. Again, you've got a better view than I do, Grumpy. I just watch and stream on my phone. But I remember when I told you players always get overpaid for at the NHL trade deadline. You call me crazy. Oh, no, it's just the Islanders that overpay. Every single team that makes these moves and tries to bring on a player at the deadline always, always, always overpays. That being said, right, Tyler Toffoli going to Calgary pretty much means that Johnny Gaudreau is not going to be back, wouldn't you say?
No. Why would we say that?
Tyler Toffoli is a left wing, just like Johnny Gaudreau, or he's going to play left wing just like Johnny Gaudreau
I
does.
don't think that has any bearing on what happens this offseason.
Okay.
Nice nifty move by average Anders Lee there. And look at Josh Bailey. He's in no man's land in front of the net. He doesn't know where that is. What am I doing?
Nice takeaway by Matt Barzal. And again, let's see if they can go ahead and dump it down low. Matt Barzal, hell of a takeaway there. Ooh, a little bit of a two-handed cross check to Anders Lee.
I would have called that with the new cross-checking rules, but they've seemed to got a little bit lax on those as the season's gone on. There's a shock.
All I'm saying is Tyler Toffoli has 2 years left on that contract. So after this one, that's why I figured it had something to do with Johnny Gaudreau.
Yeah, I mean, I cannot imagine that they're looking that as a one-for-one swap. I cannot imagine.
Not a one-for-one swap, but a replacement. Tyler Toffoli's on a cheap deal. Do you remember Tyler Toffoli's on a cheap deal, $4.2 million cap at a year.
So why not keep him for your second line?
I don't know, Grump. Here's the thing.
He's cheaper than any of the guys that the Islanders signed back with more production.
Yes. Well, here's the thing. Bad contract. I'm just saying Tyler Foley's on a very, very manageable contract. That was the point of that statement.
Okay.
That's why
I don't think it has anything. I don't see why you would think that it would be as a possible replacement for Johnny Gaudreau.
I'm not saying replacement. I'm just saying it is another one for the depth. There, I don't know, Grump. I don't envision them. He's been rumored to wanting to have left and wants to leave. And now you bring in a winger that could slide into that spot. Does that say, who has term still left on his contract, does that say we feel confident we're re-signing Johnny Gaudreau? I would say probably not.
What it says to me is we think we're Stanley Cup contenders, and we're going to pick up somebody else who can put the puck in the net. It's a proven playoff performer. That's what it says to me. It has nothing to do with they're showing, oh, yeah, that should have been a penalty.
Jesus, man. Can you finish your statement if you're going to start it? Please, the
decency. Yeah. I think it's foolish to think it has anything to do with Johnny Gaudreau. They're a playoff contender. So that's what you do. You load up for a Stanley Cup run. And they just showed the Nelson penalty where the guy, he got sticked right in the face. That should have been a penalty on the Buffalo player.
Fair enough. I just don't envision. Here's the thing, right? He plays the right wing, and I'm just saying you've got guys like, think about it, who they have on term still. Kachuk, who plays the wing. Ooh, a nice opportunity by Brock Nelson.
Weak shot. Got to do better than that.
Fair enough, Grump. Fair enough. We've got about a minute left in the period. It's still 1-1 this game. I mean, the whistles have definitely been in the referees' pockets today. They've definitely been some that they have not called that usually would be called throughout games. But, if they're going to let them play, just hope that's consistent throughout the second and third period.
Yeah, I don't think, with the exception of the Nelson, the play where Nelson took a stick in the face, and now he did kind of trip his legs out, but that's the only thing. I think it's not been a chippy game. I think there's been energy. I have had no problem with actually the play of either team. I think the Islanders played the way that we played the last couple of years, that bend, no break type style that you ascribe to. And then, I don't think we've looked poor today. Most of their chances have been limited to the outside, so no problem there.
And Warzone Senior Citizen saying here, Apex Legends and Grumpy Old Man and TJ podcast, a goated evening. Well, thank you.
What I like, You know, I want to know what I like about Warlord Senior Citizen.
Holy shit. Warzone.
Okay.
Grumpy.
Well, you know what I like about him?
Warlord.
He
Oh
puts
my-
my name before yours. That's what I like.
I knew you were going to say that.
Well, here's the thing. You blast through it so fast, you know.
Hold on. Warzone comments on every single
I
podcast.
know.
Grumpy. You didn't know his Warlord.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm putting him in a higher plane. He's a warlord, not a war zone. Warlord.
Warzone is it's a video game, Grumpy.
I don't play video games. I don't know anything about them.
Okay. Jesus Christ, Grumpy. Drill says, time to win against a non-playoff team again. That's what it looks like. George P says, great news. Bailey's on the first line tonight. That for certain. 17 points out of a playoff spot. Time to sell, sell, sell.
Agreed.
Drew L says here, now Sorokin's going to play 80% to 20% with Varlamov out.
He's going to play every game until Varlamov comes back.
Remember, Schneider was called back up as an emergency goaltender if
There's
they need
no
him
way
back up.
Yeah, there's no way you play Snyder. Sorry.
Yeah, Snyder's not the answer. That is for certain. Brett W says, what's up, guys? What's up, Brett? How are you? Jeremy F saying here, the Islanders need to win tonight, or oops, how rude of me. Good evening, fellas. Happy Tuesday. Hope you have a great show and a great game to comment on. Well, hopefully we've got a good game to comment on. But look at that. And bleed. Is he spitting out teeth?
I don't know, but I don't know what you're talking about. I'm looking at
Brock Nelson. Looks
I
like
don't know. I don't know what you're watching. I have something else. I see Don Granato is a new coach. It looks like he got a second job after that one at the library.
Are you not watching the MSG feed, Grumpy?
It's exactly what I'm watching. I didn't see Brock Nelson.
You didn't see him on the bench when he was taking
No.
teeth? You saw a member holding? Okay. Or he's taking parts of I mean, I don't know how the hell that was called.
The answer is no.
Okay. Gotcha.
Remember, there were two MSG feeds today, one from Buffalo and one from the Islanders. I'm watching the Islander feed. I don't know what you do on that Fugazi feed that you have with your rabbit ears hooked up to your phone.
Yeah, no, I just watch on my phone. George P saying, I'm going to start drinking the Dangerous Islanders Kool-Aid mixture of Lou Lemonade and Capuano Cherry, Berry, and then Bailey Bahama Blue and Garth Grape and Waite Watermelon.
Ooh, he's going back to old school.
Yeah, Doug Waite, the old school. There's about 17 seconds left in the period. I would say this has been a pretty relatively boring period again.
See, I disagree. I thought it was good skating. Believe me, there's been there have been a whole lot of games that are way more boring than this one.
Okay, Grump, I'm just talking about have there been a lot of chances that have come in favor of either team? I'm talking about high danger scoring opportunities. I would say not many.
Okay, this isn't Carolina, Florida, Colorado, Tampa.
I said the game has not been exciting, and you said no. We've seen less. We've seen many more games that have been worse to watch than this.
Yes.
Doesn't mean that the game's been exciting.
Well, you forget we're watching the Islanders most of the time, and there's the end of your first period.
That's correct. Yes, we are watching.
Kyle Palmieri scores a goal. That'd probably get him another 10-year extension on his deal. He's got 2 goals this season. Mighty impressive. 7 points. Barry will take credit for him scoring that goal. It was, that time away, which, that he didn't play him, even though he's on paternity leave was the real reason. But look at the genius of Barry Trotz. He puts Kyle Palmieri back in the lineup, and he scores right away.
That won't be what he says. That's going to be what the cartel media says.
That's right.
Man.
The bootlicking Weasel Squad.
Yeah, well, there's the stats after the first period. I know the shots. People say, there's quite a few shots in favor of both the Islanders and Buffalo. I just don't think it's been was not a very entertaining period. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's how most Islander games are. Warzone, senior. Go ahead, Grump.
I'm going to just say that I thought the period was entertaining considering what we usually see.
Wow. I don't know what the hell. I don't know who I'm talking with.
I don't know. You're the guy who's looking on a 2x2 phone. I'm watching on a widescreen TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, fans, did you think that was an interesting and entertaining first period? Just leave it in the comment section below. The answer to that should be no.
compared to what we usually see from the Islanders.
Oh, Well, shit, the margin's so grumpy. The what we usually see from the Islanders so low. So even if it's a little bit of a tick above, it's marginally so much better. But I don't know. It's still boring. I'll leave it at that. Still was not an impressive first period by the Islanders. Warzone says here the Islanders will not go in the right direction until that Armadillo Trots and Dinosaur Lou are fired. Jeremy F says, yeah, Aho's in the lineup, but who's sitting? Andy Green. I know this is from earlier, but we're just catching up on comments. Drew L says Palmieri could score this game for once. Yeah,
and he did.
That's freaking Barry. Same old shit. Hey guys, I just got home and turned on the game. There it is. Paul OC said, TJ, don't think this game is an automatic win. Buffalo could beat us tonight. Yeah, it's about to say. I would be shocked. I would be shocked if we lost to Buffalo. In shock.
I think Buffalo's improved since the last time we played them.
My God, Grump.
I'm just saying they're playing better than they have in the previous encounter. That's all I'm saying. I don't know why you take such a personal affront.
Not personal affront. I'm just saying if you have to rely upon guys like Kyle Okposo at this stage and age in his career to be a top 6 forward for you.
I'm not talking about the goal. I'm not talking about the goal. I'm talking about the way they've played. They seem much more, and it could be because of the new coach. I don't know, or whatever. Who knows? Granato's been there a while, but it could be maybe they're just kind of buying into a system. I know they're playing a lot of younger players. Maybe they're starting to gel a little bit. I just think they look better than they have the last time we played them. That's all.
Well, and again, we get to witness and see Peyton Krebs. He's one of those young up-and-comers. He was also involved in that trade for Jack Eichel. So, we're getting to see a little bit of him. Jer Ben saying here, wow, boys, Palmieri in, no Bellows, no Johnson, WTF. And Aho over Green. He's a healthy scratch? Question mark.
Yes.
Yeah. Shooters Puck Hockey says, yay, another meaningless game. Well, here we are. We continue to lose. We put ourselves in better position for a draft pick. A better chance to win the draft lottery. That's what we're going for now, guys. We're in tank now mode.
There's that gallows humor that I just love.
There it is. Jeremy F saying, okay, Green is out. I'll take Aho over Green. It would be fine with Salo over Chara. We wouldn't have enough roster spaces, but here's the thing. We should be looking to trade this year at the trade deadline, looking at what Tyler Toffoli got, given he's got 2 years left on his contract on a very manageable deal. Scott Mayfield should be 2 first bare minimum. 2 first bare minimum. And we should move Scott Mayfield. Simple as that. We should. We've talked about it before. I said, and everybody laughed at me first. 2 first bare minimum.
And this year, like I said, he's playing in the de facto first pair defense this season too, with Pelech.
He's played really well in the playoffs in seasons past, and he's got this year and another year at 1.25 or
1.45.
I can never remember what it was. 1.45, under $1.5 million for next year. So you've got a guy who's a playoff performer, proven playoff performer, who's gone deep into the playoffs, who's a defensive-minded defenseman, who you would have for this year's playoff push, and next year you can keep him because his contract is very manageable. So, that really goes a long way for teams that are making an all-out concerted effort to win the Stanley Cup for certain. And then Jeremy F. also says, Olympic women's finals tonight, United States against Canada. Are you watching, and who are you picking?
I don't know what time it starts, but I'm going to pick the United States to beat Canada. I just think they're better right now.
I can't say I've watched any of the Olympics. I tried watching some of the freestyle skating, and I was like, I don't know. I just haven't watched any of the Olympics this year.
I like the skating competition.
Daniel Chara's played 7 minutes and 16 seconds through the first period.
Why is that surprising?
Ice time leader for us. He's the ice time. Noah Dobson and Zdeno Chara are ice time leaders.
Why is that a surprise to you?
He's played more minutes. He's played the same as Dobson playing a good amount of minutes makes me happy. But Chara's played more minutes, or he's tied for the most minutes played out of any Islander through the first period. What?
I don't remember what I was talking about when you rudely interrupted. So just continue.
Oh, looky there.
You saw a couple of numbers on a screen and you just felt the need to blurt it out. We have a long podcast. We got 3 hours today. I mean, I don't know. You'll take your time. Take a breath. Get a drink. No
Uh,
reason to just blurt things out.
no. I don't sound like I don't do that, Grumpy, because I speak slow enough to where my mouth doesn't get dry.
It's because the words come to you a lot slower than they come to you. That's the reason.
Or maybe I'm more measured. That's the nicer way to say it.
I'm going to say you're more dumb. I'm just going to say you're not as intelligent as I am. That's what I'm going with.
Angela N said, "Are we ready for another snoozer, another score?" Z. George P said, "You can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose."
Depends on how close of friends you are, I guess.
Ugh. Angela N says, "Yager signed a 10-year deal with the Islanders, $400 million."
Angela's been very angry recently.
There's not much to be happy about. Kanye, the Giant, says, "You can tell Parise used to be a good player." I'm going to tell you one thing. Parise will get you at least a second-round pick this year. Call me crazy. Looking at what the market's been set at, he's very cheap. He's a guy who could fit in on your bottom six. He's a guy who's got the ability. He still has jump to his game. He's going to get you probably a second-round pick if you trade away Parise. I really do believe that.
Do it. Do it.
You should.
I mean, if somebody offered you a second-round pick today for Zach Parise, bye-bye.
Yes, exactly.
I'd move him. I'd be actively shopping quite a few players on this team.
Everybody, pretty much. There's only a handful of guys who, if the price wasn't right, I wouldn't move. But anybody who's on a 1-year contract, Cal Clutterbucks, your Zdeno Chara's, your Andy Greens, if there's any market for them, I would trade every single one of those individuals if you had the ability to.
Why would you not want to move guys who have more than 1 year on contracts?
It's easier to move players who are on expiring deals or a short-term deal at the trade deadline. If you want to move a guy who's got more term to his deal, usually it's easier to do in the offseason.
Yeah, I'm looking to move anyone I can. Anyone. Doesn't matter. I don't care who you are.
Okay.
Unless you're a Matt Bar, unless you're a younger player. Those are the only guys that I'm keeping.
You keep doing this, Grumpy, and it's going to drive me nuts. So I'm not even going to touch on it.
You just said I'd trade anyone on this team, and then you go back to the only guys on 1 year. I was all with you there. I was thought, hey, he's coming around to an intelligent way of thought by saying yes. It is intelligent. I realize you don't get it as you speak very slowly, but maybe I will dumb it down for you. Move everyone you can. Everyone.
Grumpy, you're not going to be able to move players on long-term deals at the trade deadline. And our players that are on long-term deals are over the age of 31, 32, and 33. Those players are going to be very tough to move. And you continue to pretend like it's a possibility. Do not fill these listeners' minds and these impressionable minds, Grumpy old man, with that craziness, because it will not happen. That's all I'm going to say. We're moving on.
All I said was that I would try to move all those guys. I'm not limiting the guys that I'm trying to move to guys on expiring deals. That's all I said.
I'm saying they're easier to move. Focus on, if we want to really move, Grumpy, you're not going to be able to move 10, 12 people at the trade deadline, okay? So if you can move 4 or 5, the 4 or 5 you're probably going to move are all guys on expiring deals. Tony,
and I'm going to say it again, then get ready for more pain, because the guys you have to move are the guys who have longer term deals.
Can someone do a homework assignment, Grumpy? I'm going to sign you with it. Has there ever been a trade deadline where a team has traded off 7 or 8 active skaters? We've got 5 players on our team, or 4 or 5. Or was it 4? 4 players on our team that are on expiring deals. Zdeno Chara, Andy Green, Parise, Cal Clutterbuck. Those are the 4 we need to prioritize moving. If you can move a guy like a Scott Mayfield additionally for good draft capital, and a guy like a Varlamov, that's great. Those are 6 players, Grumpy. You're not going to see 8 or 9 or 15 players moved at the trade deadline.
You're just so rational today. It's scary. I didn't say, all I said was I wouldn't limit and I wouldn't say moving guys on 1 year, my 1 year deals are priority. I think moving guys out, period, is a priority, regardless of contract status. That's all I said.
Okay. We should trade away all of our entire roster. Grumpy, let's focus on getting the tangible players moved. The easiest players to move and the players that can get you the most yield right now are the players that are on expiring contracts.
The guys, you're wrong there. If you think Zdeno Chara is going to get you a big take,
don't cherry pick. I think guys like a Zach Parise. I think guys like a Cal Clutterbuck, those are going to get you a much higher yield, and it's easier to work a deal out for those players than trying to trade a guy like a Josh Bailey or trying to trade a guy like you want to. I'm not even going to mention their names. I know you want to trade them. I don't want to trade certain players you want to trade, but we need to move on, Grumpy. A lot of comments, Grump. Tony Cheese saying, sorry I'm late, guys. Now we can start the podcast. Angela N saying, any word or rumors on Scott Mayfield?
No, Angela, don't worry. We're not looking to move him because he's under contract. We're just looking to move 1 year guys on the last year of their deal, according to TJ. So we don't want to fill your head with unrealistic expectations.
Are you oblivious? Were you oblivious to the conversation we
right.
just had when we said we want to trade Scott Mayfield?
Yeah, I said move him too.
Is that onset dementia kicking in on you, Grumpy?
No, I'm just saying what you just said right before then was you would prioritize moving guys who are in the last year of their deals expiring contracts, where I'm saying move everybody. Get rid of them.
And what were the two names I said right after I said the 4 on expiring contracts and a guy like Varlamov?
Anders Lee.
And I hate when you say Anders Lee. You're gonna make me blow a casket. They're not going to be able to ever move Anders Lee. Stop it, Grumpy. Stop. We need to get through comments. I can't battle you on that bullshit right now. We got a lot of comments.
You don't blow a casket, you blow a gasket. There's a difference.
You make me so infuriated. I don't even know what to say.
Funeral homes and just start, blowing up caskets. No, if you blow a gasket, it's an automotive.
I blow a casket, Grump. That's how upset it goes from a closed funeral to an open funeral. That's how crazy this is. Jeremy F says here, do you think Aho could be a Torrey Krug type player? Maybe not of the same quality, but I see some similarities.
I think best case scenario, he's a bottom pairing defenseman. I don't dislike, a lot of people dislike Sebastian Aho. I don't think he's a top 4 guy, but he could be serviceable on your bottom pairing. Oh, TJ has to disappear. Why? Because we're 49 minutes in. He's probably going to go pee himself again. So, but I think he could be a bottom 6 guy on a really good team. He'd be a 7th defenseman. And like I said, I like him. I thought in his time up earlier this year, he just got better and better every game when he was in the lineup every night. The same thing that you saw with Robin Salo when he played extended games. I thought that he got a little bit better as it went on. I don't think he's as good right now as Aho, but in the long run, he should be better just basically because of his physical abilities as opposed to Aho, who's a smaller player. So that said, like I said, I don't think he's a Torrey Krug. Torrey Krug was really good for a smaller defenseman and better defensively than Sebastian Aho is. But for a puck-moving defenseman, I like him very much. So there we go. And I see I don't have access to comments. Oh, actually, I can read them on the side over here. I want to say Meatball Parm, good evening, a pleasure. George Pace says, they are trading Bailey for used pucks and broken sticks. I don't think you can get used pucks and broken sticks for Josh Bailey. It's either broken sticks or used pucks. So it's one or the other. I don't think you're going to get both.
You're already jumping ahead in comments. Good question there, George P. Meatball Parm saying, good evening. Look at that Meatball Parm.
I already did that one.
Okay. I like to look at it. What's wrong with getting a little look, huh? Empire State Construction there saying here. It's Frank. He's saying, hey guys, long time. Had to beat COVID and did unlike the Islanders versus good teams.
Well, Frank, we're glad you're feeling better.
Yes, absolutely. Jeremy F saying they are the identity line. Still Grump. They're older and slower. Is that not the identity of the team?
Jeremy, there's one. I'm going to give Jeremy 2 for that one because he got me. That is the identity. That I should have come up with.
When you said it wasn't, I was like, Grumpy, still are the identity line.
Okay, you didn't pick up on it either.
You did much better than I did. What can I say, huh?
You didn't pick up on it, but Jeremy sure did. Outstanding, Jeremy. 2 points for Jeremy.
Oh, God. Tony Cheese saying here, so I live in Boston here. One of my coworkers said, I saw some of the game. Char just stands there and takes penalties. What happened to him? What the hell happened to him? He's garbage. He's hit 44 years old.
That's it. He turned 44 years old. That's what happened to him.
Why did Ron Artest change his name to Meta World Peace? Couldn't tell you.
Because he wanted to change his image as a guy who was beating up fans in stands.
The malice.
I think he's Ron Artest again now, though.
Oh, sure. I didn't know that. Dimitri P says the fourth line is still the identity, but our identity is bad hockey team. So
yeah, that was That was a freaking layup. I had a layup to myself and I missed it.
Because you were so worried about getting words out quick. Empire State Construction, which is Frank, says Chara is a lurch on skates. And then Toshi said, the artist formerly known as Prince, I think he had music rights issues with the record label, and it changed it to spite them. I'm also 30, TJ, and I know that.
Oh, shit. Once again, questioning your intelligence. Tony Cheese.
I don't pay attention to any of that type of stuff.
You don't think you pay attention to anything.
Anthony R says, oh, by the way, I'm watching the Buffalo Sabres feed. Grump.
There you go. That's why I didn't see Croc Nelson picking teeth out of his mouth. I
don't know if there were teeth. I saw that the trainer was holding his hand out like this with surgical gloves on, and they were putting something into that, and he was just like feeling around his mouth. So I assume that was part of his teeth or teeth.
Maybe it was Brock Nelson's balls.
Oh, stop. Anthony R says, I will not let my love for the Islanders cloud my judgment anymore. I want drastic changes to this team, starting with the coach. So I'll be rooting for this team to lose as many games as possible.
There you go. That's what happens for the long-term health of the team. It's time to just move on. Don't put it off. It's time to move on. The guys had a couple of good years, I guess you could say. We were never good enough to win a cup, but it's time to move on from that group of players. Nothing wrong with that.
I'm going to show you what is popular right now on Twitter. And I think these are what your fanboys are saying right now. This is what your Islanders blue and orange sunglasses fans are saying. And I'll let you see it here. It says, now this guy does a lot. And he can be very cynical at times. He's usually impartial, but I think this is definitely, he's got his sunglasses on. He says, I said this before and I'll say it again now. There's no need to rebuild yet. Get some transition back in on defense. Bring in a guy who can play dynamic next to Matt Barzal, not necessarily a sniper. Basically, actually replace Nick Leddy and Jordan Eberle. Well, that's the issue. That's why our team's struggling so much, is because we didn't replace Eberle and Nick Leddy. That's why our team is miserable, and we have a woeful record against teams that are in playoff spots.
Yeah, I'm not even going to justify that with the response we have
started. They deserved and earned another shot. And if it fails, then yeah, it's probably a sunk cost, and then you look to tear it down. But breaking up this whole things after 40 games and the last 3 years, and based off the last 3 years we've had, would just be defeatist. Let's not do that.
There's got to be a penalty. Okay, penalty on Buffalo right there. Absolutely pitchforked. Who was that? Casey Zizekas going towards the net. Good call. Good call. I'll just come out with a little bit of speed here to start the second period with the rejuvenated identity line, drawing a penalty in the first 30 seconds.
I guess we'll just let you do your thing then, Grump.
I was reading
you, so I don't get Grumpy. The game started with 15 seconds into a freaking boring ass game. What's the complaint? It's a shitty teams playing, and I'm giving you something actually to look at and to freaking think about, huh?
There's a point blank scoring chance that got taken away with a hooking penalty.
It wasn't a point-blank scoring chance. You had one guy collide another and cause a penalty. The puck goes sliding past him afterwards because you've got interference.
It was wide open, but the puck and the guy hooked him down. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, as far as the sabermetrics guys, I don't care what those fans think.
Okay.
They can say whatever they want. The team's not good enough to win a Stanley Cup, period. They don't deserve another shot. They had a shot this year and they failed. Move on from them. If they would have done what I said, they should have blown it up 3 years ago. Then we'd be way up ahead of where we are now. That's what they should have done. Don't make excuses for their fans.
It's for the fans. It's for the people who don't have the but don't worry about it, Grump. I'll try to bring it up maybe next time. I'll try to bring it up tomorrow, but we'll see if you're going to allow it. We've got, again, a good guest that's going to be on tomorrow. And it should be a fun time there during tomorrow's podcast. We got some I wouldn't say conspiracy theory, but we definitely have some juicy details, Grumpy, that we'll be talking about tomorrow that Nicole actually went ahead and discovered. Ooh, Dobson. That rung off the post, Grump.
We're allowed to talk about the game now? Okay. Yeah, the power plays look really good so far, really sharp. I don't know if that's more Islanders or Buffalo, but they certainly have a nice quick movement. Croc Nelson trying to drive the puck in, turns it over. There's a shocker. I just wish he wouldn't think that he's Wayne Gretzky when he has the puck. Huh.
He's
Buffalo playing a little bit of the Keystone Cops running into one another. Good job, Buffalo.
well. I'll tell you this much. Holy my God! Oh my freaking God!
Oh,
The Islanders give up a freaking shorthanded goal.
That was brutal. That was 2-on-5. 2 Buffalo Sabres on 5 Islanders in the defensive zone, shorthanded, and we got scored on. Come on.
Wow. Yeah.
Tage Thompson scored.
Holy shit. Yeah. They collide with each other in the offensive zone. The guy has to pick up his stick. Just look how freaking lazy this effort is across the board. Doop-de-doop, doop-de-doop-de-doop. Just so freaking lazy, man. Oh, and there's Dobson. What the hell is he doing?
That wasn't Dobson.
I mean, Dobson's not marking his man as he's coming in. We're on a 5-on-2.
It wasn't Dobson. It wasn't Dobson on the guy who took the original shot. That wasn't Dobson.
Dobson should have been marking his man who hits the rebound.
Five guys. They had 5 guys back there. There were 5 guys. Parise didn't mark his man coming out either. There were 5 Islanders back there against 2 Buffalo Sabres, and they looked like a bunch of monkeys humping a football out there. It was terrible.
My God.
That's brutal. That's got to be worst defensive play of the year in the NHL. That's just terrible. I'm sorry. 2-on-5, a man down, and you get scored on. Dominated.
No, you're a man up. You're a man up, Grumpy. It was a
Buffalo was shorthanded.
The way you're phrasing. Okay. Don't worry about it. But yes, we were a man up. They're shorthanded. They had 2 forwards on our 5 players, and they find a way to score.
If we could just keep the puck in the Buffalo end on oh my God. Look at he just walked around Pulock. Oh, you wonder how healthy Pulock really is. He's looked a step slow since he's come back.
He's healthy.
Well,
there's no doubt.
Really healthy?
He had it was a 4 to 6 weeks injury, and it took him 8.5, 9 weeks. What is it, 9 or 10 weeks to come back?
Nice
Jesus, man.
We're getting dominated.
Kind of like I said in the first half, Buffalo looked like the more dominant team. You said, "Oh, looks like we're exchangeable." I would say we were the lesser team in the first period. We're the lesser team in the second period.
I agree.
Yikes! A shorty. My God. Ugh. Yikes, ladies and gents.
That's okay. Ugh. I mean, everyone's that's something I noticed the Islanders the last week and a half. We stand around a lot on defense. It's almost like when a team is attacking us in the offensive zone, we feel like we're a man down and we're just kind of playing like a box formation out there. It's been terrible.
We've always played this bend don't break style. Here's the thing, though. We do have, you're right, a lot of stagnant feet. You cannot have stagnant feet when you play this collapsing style. But I mean, to give up a goal when you've got 5 guys in your own zone and they've only got 2 players, it's not like it was on a freaking fast break or a snipe. I mean, it was just poor all the way around. Bad rebound control and shitty job by the defense.
It was brutal. It was brutal.
Page.
2 Buffalo players, 5 Islanders. Buffalo's a man down, and they carry the play in our zone. Thompson's had a good year. Good.
I was going to say, Tage Thompson, never heard of him till tonight. He's got 23 points in 23 games.
He was a first-round draft pick a few years ago. I think he's with St. Louis first, I believe. Maybe he's been Buffalo. I don't know.
He's 24 years old, drafted, in the first round by St. Louis. Look at that memory back in 2016, Grumpy.
Yeah. I know he's been a few years in the league. Those bigger guys take a little bit. Oh, my gosh. Dobson, that was a bad turnover.
He's 6'7".
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Ugh. Dobson does not look great tonight.
Yeah. I know why? Because they said Butch said he's been playing really well the last 10 games or so. So, he's due for a stinker. Thanks, Butch.
Oh, is that what it is now, Butch?
Jinxie. He's jinxed him. You know how you jinx guys.
Yeah, like, he's never missed a kick at all in the postseason. His 10 years as a kicker.
Clank.
I mean, he goes out there, he whiffs. Oh, God. Here's the thing. This is 5-on-5 play right now. If Buffalo, with the puck in our zone, looks like they've got good offensive movement, and it looks like we are on our heels again, just like it was in the first period. The fact that we are getting,
Buffalo.
I'm not sure I'd say dominated. I'd say manhandled. We're getting manhandled right now by Buffalo.
Buff-
Yikes.
Buffalo. Buffalo.
Anthony Beauvillier still looks to be one of the few shining spots on this on the shitstorm that has been this game.
Ugh, Buffalo. Buffalo. Freaking Buffalo. Buffalo.
You want to talk about how quick we fell? The fall from grace is a hard and fast one.
I
The
told
people
you.
who want to roll the same team out here next year are oblivious. Oblivious.
Ugh, Beauvillier. Here's the thing. Buffalo is showing more energy, more drive. I just don't think we have it. We can do it periodically for a game every once in a while, but for the
Oh
most
my
part,
God. Holy shit, Pellick. How do you lose the puck in your own defensive zone?
come on.
Christ almighty. That was bad. But who is that? Nice hustle by Zach Parise. He
Yep.
wins the puck battle down low on a 2-on-1, and he gets it. He's able to feed that across to Jean-Gabriel Pageau, who throws it towards the net. Hell of a job hustling by Zach Parise there.
Yeah.
We look slow. We look uninterested again, per the usual. We have not looked like a very energized and motivated team. Yikes.
Frustrating.
For a team that's supposedly fighting their asses off for a playoff spot, and every game is like a playoff game for them. Like, don't look like playing playoff style hockey, if you catch my drift, ladies and gents.
You know,
Snyder is the backup Christopher C.
Buffalo's only 2 points behind us in the standings. Do you think they have a shot at the playoffs? Islander fans who still think that we have a shot to make the playoffs this year? I don't know. You tell me.
I'm not sure any Islander fans still think we've got a chance at the playoffs, Grump.
I'm sure there are some, believe me.
Well, I'm sure those numbers continue to die as the days continue to wean. Yes, the team is just bad, plain bad. Absolutely. Ariel C also says, not even because the goal, but it's the way they play. It's just pathetic.
True.
What a film they're saying. Good evening, friends. Good evening. How are you? Christopher C saying, grumpy question for you. I know veterans have reached their prime, but do you think it will be a good idea to have one vet per line to lead the young ones? Like balance. Good system to me.
Yeah, you can have. I don't think you need to one for every line, but I look at Matt Barzal does not need a veteran on his line.
Matt Barzal is a veteran in the league now.
Right. I'm talking about the older guys in their 30s. I mean, you can have some of them, a couple, 2 or 3, but our team is just littered with them. That's the problem. And with all them stuck on this team because of the ill-fated contract decisions they made, you got to get rid of some of them before you can bring in younger players. Just, you can't do one without the other.
Mark C saying, because we are slow. Worry not. Bailey will put this team on his back. Oh, man. An assist for Aho. There it is. Finally, Kyle. It only took you 40 games, you bum. Beautiful goal created by Brock Nelson and Anthony Beauvillier for certain.
That's right.
Does Bailey get the secondary assist from rooting hard from the bench? For certain. Aho back in the lineup helps. He may not be the greatest on defense, but he provides some speed and good passes for a breakout.
Absolutely.
I want you to size says, get ready. The Islanders veteran schlubs to pop in a couple goals tonight because the Sabres are awful.
That's usually a Brock Nelson game.
Oh, stop. I already debunked that. And then, but here's the thing. I could see Anders Lee catching a goal or two tonight.
Do you believe in miracles? Palmieri scored.
I cannot believe they collided and still scored the freaking goal.
Yes.
What the hell?
They played Keystone Cops in the offensive zone, a man down, and still dominate and take a lead. Incredible.
Jesus Christ, guys. That's awful. From start to finish, that's awful. It's brutal. It's not like this is like the it's not like this is the Tampa Bay Lightning or the Florida Panthers. It's the Buffalo Sabres. That'd be like the Montreal Canadiens doing this to you.
This isn't the Manitoba Moose we're playing.
Oh, God. Yeah, exactly. Oh, the Mississauga Steelheads. Tony Cheese saying here, I always liked Okposo. He was a fan favorite with me and my friends.
TJ, you used to like Kyle Okposo, didn't you?
Kyle Okposo is a good player. He's a guy who has the ability to move the puck well with it. He's got the ability to move the puck well. He's got good stick handling ability. Just could never finish. He's a really solid NHLer.
He was a product of John Tavares.
For certain, he was. Everybody who played with John Tavares was a product of John Tavares.
Yeah.
Palmieri scores, making Trotz look like a genius. We're not dangerous, though.
Angela's very angry. I can feel her.
Oh, here we go. Here's maybe possibly a chance. The Islanders a little bit of forecheck, and it's Oliver Wahlstrom leading that forecheck. But again, Buffalo, they iced the puck. Okay.
Is there any threat? Are we any threat even if they ice the puck?
No. We haven't been a threat today. Want You to Decide says TJ doesn't even know boxing either. Yeah, no.
Do you know anything about boxing?
Yeah.
Name a boxer. Name 3 boxers.
Jake Paul and Logan Paul.
Okay, they don't count. They're not
Tyson Fury. Those are all 3 boxers.
I'm talking about 3 boxers through history. I'll get. There's one you should definitely get.
Okay, you got Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Tyson Fury. Come on, Deontay Wilder. Come on, Grumpy. There's plenty of boxers I can name. I can name one's from old and one's from new, Grumpy.
Okay, there you go. I thought you'd get Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson. I didn't think you'd get another one. Tyson Fury. Okay.
Grumpy, do you want me to name older boxers, younger boxers? What, George Foreman? I don't know, Grumpy. What do you want, huh? You said name 3. I named 4. Wow.
Koharski looked like he was doing a centerfold for Playgirl magazine, just laying there on his side as the puck's rolling around. I'm like, dude, get up. I mean, he didn't score. I'm like, you got to get up.
Tony Cheese saying, we must be victorious.
Wow! Go!
There it is. My God. Zdeno Chara!
Look at that. Chara, Palmieri, multi-year deals for everybody.
Jesus Christ. My God. It's a shit show. It's a shit show tonight, guys. These 2 teams are not good. It's as simple as that. These 2 teams tonight are not good.
We get to rip on the Islanders. We get to rip on Buffalo. We get to see Chara get an assist.
Oh, my God. Hold on. Was that Anders Lee's going to get credit for that? You watch.
There you go. That's the Anders Lee special right there.
Anders Lee, he checks the guy in front of the net. He wins the battle of the guy who's off balance.
Did he even knock it in?
Yes, he did. Anders Lee's going to get credit for the freaking goal. What'd I tell you? Anders Lee will score a goal today. Another freaking garbage goal. I wonder if Trotz will say, yeah, that was a goal created by the Zdeno Chara slap shot. I wonder if he's going to say that in the post game.
It was created by Matt Barzell.
The Matt Barzell pass to the Zdeno Chara slap shot, and Anders Lee just happened to garbage goal it in. Wonder if he's going to say that.
That's what he does so well. He's able to pick those up. I think it deflected in off a skate, maybe.
No, I'm telling you. Anders Lee hit it in with his stick, barely. The puck was rolling in the net. They weren't stopping it, but it was like he stole a goal. You know, like when a ball in soccer is about to roll in and a teammate knocks the hell out of it and scores the goal and takes somebody else's goal. That's what he did to Chara's goal. Tony Cheesedo saying, if we squander tonight, our campaign this year is at an end. He changed up the verbiage a bit, and I like it.
Yeah, there you go.
The Islanders season is basically the intro to Whose Line Is It Anyway? A year where everything counts and the points don't matter.
That's right. That's a great TV show. Drew Carey.
Yeah, the original is good.
Kanye
the Giant there saying, Grumpy, are you a boxing fan? UFC seems to have taken over now, but I enjoy watching boxing highlights from some of the greats like Roy Jones.
I used to love boxing, and you're right. It's all UFC now. It's certainly not. Let's see. Did they?
I'm telling you, Anders Lee's going to get credit for this goal.
Okay, maybe.
Yep,
maybe.
he did. He hit him with his stick.
I know whose stick it was.
Garbage man.
Yes, I've always been a box fan. I loved like Marvin Hagler. I never liked guys like Sugar Ray Leonard, but man, I loved Marvin Hagler. Boxing was really, really good in the 1980s and the 1970s, and you're right. It's almost like it's a dead sport now.
I like Doc Poso too. Yeah, absolutely, Frank. I like him too. Drill says, has anybody seen Encanto yet? I seen Encanto. Good movie. Angela N saying Toffoli was a guy we looked at last year.
Yeah. Look who we got instead.
We got Kyle Palmieri, baby. Whoop, whoop. But Dan L says, you're right, Grump. That is a good haul. Yeah, I'm telling you, people always overpay at the deadline. Trade as many pieces as you can. You usually have to trade guys who are on short expiring contracts or if they have very team-friendly deals. Jeremy F saying, do you think You can pick up better deals prior to the deadline or wait till you're closer at the deadline and hope a team is desperate and comes down with an injury.
I think you do better if you're proactive. I'd much rather be proactive.
Well, you
I'd
always
rather
say
do it
that
early as opposed to late because you might get stuck with somebody then. I'm willing. I'd want to move somebody earlier than late.
you've always said, "Oh, things are getting a little physical." Look at
The
that.
hands are up. There's going to be a penalty.
Yep. Across.
Dylan Cousins, another younger player.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Buffalo's a very young team, very young squad. And I think he's going to the sin bin.
He lost his stick.
Well, this is good. This is good for Buffalo. They're on another penalty kill. Hopefully another shorthanded goal for the Buffalo Sabres up ahead. The Islanders head to the power play. Yikes. Oh, goodness. But to ask you, Grumpy, you always say that it's better for if you're making a trade and trying to acquire somebody that you need to make the trade early before you get kind of bent over the barrel at the deadline. Now you're switching things up. You say if you're trying to add a player, you need to make a deal early because if you wait too late, you're going to get hung out to dry. Now you are saying you need to trade players early, to give up players early, because if you wait too late, you may be stuck with them. I just think you want to get things.
If I'm looking to make a deal, I don't want to wait till the last second because then you're going to be the last. Musical chairs. You might be left without a chair at the end. I'd much rather get rid of my guys early. That's what I would want to do. Selling or buying. I want to make the deals early, not at the last minute.
I just want to go ahead and win. Simple as that. I just want to win the deal. Sticks and picks. George P. also says we get sticks and pucks for our flotsam and jettison. Mm-hmm. Dan L saying here, Trotz in the post game will diminish Aho's secondary assist, just like Trotz diminished Wallstrom's goal a few games ago. But then if Bailey gets one, he'll sing his praises.
I don't think Bailey's going to score, though.
No, he gets a secondary assist, Grump.
Oh, well, yeah. Well,
and that's very likely. Angela N saying, to me, this is a test for Lou. Do you make the team better, or do you keep trying to fit a square peg in a round hole?
So far, history has proven square peg, meet round hole.
James F. saying here, hi, guys, live from South Park, Pittsburgh.
Hey, I hope you're all moved in, James.
James, yeah, absolutely. I heard Encanto was fantastic. Do I feel a Disney movie intermission tonight? I liked Encanto. It was a good movie.
I haven't seen Encanto, and I bet TJ doesn't remember anything about it. So
it's like this. It's about this. No, it's about this girl, and her family's got powers, and she didn't get one. It's a good movie. It's a cute movie.
That's it. Okay. No, so definitely no intervention
without giving away what happens in the story. It's kind of exactly what you expect. There's nothing surprising of it, but I don't want to give it away what happens in it. It's about a girl, and she has to learn that it's not all about having the special talent or having what Joe Schmo has. I'm special for who I am. It's one of those type of movies. The BK Italian kid says that the Tyler Toffoli trade shows that Varlamov, Mayfield, and even Bailey could all fetch us 1 or 2 first-round picks with prospects.
Did you see?
Well, I would definitely.
Did you see?
Parise with a nice slap shot at one-time attempt.
Where's Koharski?
What the hell is he? I was about to say, if we don't win today, I'll be shocked. This goalie is awful. He is hideous.
Okay,
Koharski is bad.
Bailey missed a wide open net, and he was like 4 foot from the net, and he missed it by 7 foot. It reminds me of the movie Mulan. How did you miss him? He was right in front of you. That's exactly what it was like. That goal was gaping, and he could not. It was a backhand, so we know that's a struggle. You would think for a professional, at least be able to backhand in. He missed it by 4 or 5 feet.
It's like when he had that wide open net and he decided not to shoot.
Well, that's maybe why. Now that pass is looking better all the time because that shot was even worse.
He also says here, Nelson would hands down bring back 2 firsts and a prospect.
Yeah, why not? You want to start and load up your team going young, going forward. No problem at all with that.
No. Jeremy F says if Ratu's ready to play next year, I'd move Nelson. He's okay. Ratu will not play well in this system either. I don't think I think this system is not tailor made to him. This system is meant for a guy like Brock Nelson. If you're planning on moving on from a guy like Trotz, trade Nelson. I don't think that's an issue. Again, like you're going to have a hole at the second line center position. Brock Nelson would get you a lot in return. If you want to keep Trotz, he's played so well under Trotz. I don't think you can move Nelson.
If you get 2 firsts for Brock Nelson, you have to move him. You have to move him. Think about that. You don't know. He's in his 30s. You absolutely move a guy for 2 first-round picks on an aging team that by the time we're good again, he's not even going to be here. Absolutely. That's a no-brainer for me.
Frank also saying here, I love Mayfield. His offensive game has improved. Who would take his spot, Aho or my man Salo? I forget who's left-handed and right-handed defenseman.
Neither one of them. They're both left-handed defensemen. But Salo has played right-handed defense when he played with Andy Green. So I would put Salo over there. But you're certainly taking a step back because you'd be your bottom pair defenseman. And then if you're trading Mayfield, you're in rebuild mode. That's for certain. And I have no problem with it, honestly. You get a couple firsts for him, a couple of firsts for Nelson. Now you're cooking with grease.
James F saying, guys, I was listening to Sirius Radio on the NHL channel. Lots of fans asking Clutterbuck for a trade. Oh my God. Holy shit. Oh my God. The net was wide open and we hit the only player there within a country mile. How the hell do we not score that?
That's what I said. And there's
oh my God.
Too bad we don't see
that. Oh, look at this. No, Bavillier. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, Bavillier. Holy shit, man. The goalie was 8 foot out of the net. You literally could have just skated with the puck, made the defense make a move. He was so far out of position. You had all the time in the world, Bavillier.
I mean, I haven't watched Buffalo play a whole lot.
They're bad.
Look at this kid skate.
I know that's not their primary goalie, but man, oh man, he's awful.
Well, they've had goaltender issues all year with injuries and COVID and everything else. I think they've had 6 goalies play this year, something like that. A lot of goalies. But I mean, I'm impressed with some of Buffalo's younger players.
Yeah, this is a team that
I haven't seen a whole lot of Buffalo, but are they a lot better than they have been in the past, or are we just so much worse? I don't know.
I think we're a lot worse than what we thought we were in the past and what we were in the past. Buffalo's not a great team still.
The
record doesn't lie. Our record doesn't lie now, right? You're over 40 games in the season. That's not your record doesn't lie to you at that point.
I mean, we're in a dogfight with Buffalo.
Oh my God. Tokarski is their starting. He's played more games than any other goalie this season for them.
I don't think he was initially the starter, but yeah.
Well, they had Craig Anderson. He's only played 9 games. Tokarski has started 15 games from this season. That's more than any other goalie. Then you've got Aaron Dell, who started 9 games for him. He only had a 403 goals against average. You had a Malcolm Subban. He's had a 485 goals against average. I mean, all these goalies have been bad. Yikes. Ukko Pico Luukkonen. I think he's the young guy, but I mean, this is technically their starting goalie. I apologize. I thought Tokarski, the way he's played, there's no way he could be a starting goalie in the NHL. But
what does it tell you about Buffalo's goaltending?
It's Buffalo. That's what it is. And then Drew L says, TJ, if Warzone's a video game, is Senior Citizen like the 10th installment of the franchise? I don't know. I guess.
I know nothing about any of that.
Call of Duty Warzone is the game.
I can't even fake a conversation about videos.
Angelo M saying, hello, everybody. What's up, Angelo? Frank also saying, Boston has many issues. The Islanders could get back. We have 5 to 6 games in hand. You never know. I'm going to say, when you watch how we played against Buffalo tonight, no, I'm sorry.
We can't beat any team.
Entire roster healthy.
We cannot beat any team that's a playoff caliber team. Cannot beat them. Yikes. I mean, and we're getting just ragdolled today against Buffalo.
Buffalo? Playoffs? Holy shit, Dobson just got walked around. Oh, my God. He's looked bad today.
He's not had a good game.
No, he's not. I mean, again, we call it like it is. I like Noah Dobson. He's had a shitty game today.
Terrible.
He's not the only player that's had a shitty game, but he's not had a good game. Simple as that.
Pulak has not been good since he's come back. That's what makes me wonder, how healthy is he? Did the COVID really whip his ass? I don't know.
Karski. He almost turns the puck over behind the net.
Hey, Casey
Oh my God. Who the hell was that with the shot from the point?
Mayfield.
Oh, God almighty. He whiffed on that shot from
the point. Now it's looking sloppy as shit. Where it didn't look sloppy like that in the first period. This is what I'm saying.
I thought it looked sloppy. Not this bad, but it looked sloppy in the first period. This is like we're AHL affiliate sloppy.
Right. Both teams.
That's correct. Both teams look sloppy in the first period. This has been even more sloppy though.
No, I didn't think the first period looked sloppy. Now it looks. Oh my God! Buffalo saying, "Hey, Islanders," forgot who we were for a second.
Did you like that that through the legs backhanded pass there? No look backhanded pass through the legs there by Buffalo. Holy shit!
Koharski saying hello to the Jagermeister sign. It's like
Jägermeister.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, man. The BK Italian kid saying, I don't get Lou's mindset of waiting to see if the team has an opportunity for the playoffs. This team, this year, we can't beat teams that are, plus or above 500 teams. Like Grumpy Old Man said, be proactive and rob general managers like Snow did to Edmonton.
I always want to move a guy a year too soon than a year too late.
Yep. Mario D says here, it's a crime. They will not play Matt Barzal and Wahlstrom. They can't score. And he plays with Bailey or Clutterbuck or Komarov, who can't score with Barzal. Yeah. Ugh.
That's why he's the king of the helicopter line.
Yes.
No wings.
And I always like that. Jeff E says, Grump, did you get a haircut? Looks nice.
I did. I mean, it was, you know how I can tell, TJ, when my hair's getting too long? When I take a shower and like the water runs into my ears. Oh no, that's no good. Because I don't know what's going on, but like the hair, it gets too long and there's some little thing that goes in my ears. I'm like, oh, no. That's how I know.
Hold on. If water gets in your ear when you shower, are you trying to tell me when you shower, water droplets don't touch your ears?
They don't get inside my ears.
How do you
run down the ear canal?
Oh, what?
If my hair's longer, it runs into my ears.
Do you not put soap on your ears?
I don't freaking jam soap down into my ears. No, I do not.
I just put it on the top. How the hell do you get soap that's on the outside of your ears? You got to go ahead and get water
soap. I said water.
When I put soap on my ears, I've got to put water on it to get the soap off.
Going down into the ears.
Ugh.
Not on the outside, into. You know how if you took up those headphones and you had these holes on the side, that's where the water goes into.
What happens in those holes? I'm not sure what occurs on those. Oh my God. Jesus.
I don't like water running down into them.
What's awful is that it's not like that guy was speedy. That's the Teague guy who just blew past Noah Dobson. Tage Thompson, who just blew past him. I mean, the guy's 6'7".
I think he was part of that trade for O'Reilly.
Oh, well, he's been with the Buffalo Sabres since the 2018-19 season, so could have been.
Oh, thought Anders Lee was going to get a lucky one there.
Oh my God, Bailey! What the? Bailey has a wide open chance in front of the net and buries it right into the netminder. What the hell?
He sucks.
Look at this by Bailey. I hope they show us the replay. Man, oh man, just ugh. Jeremy F saying you missed the mango millberry for flavors. Not a great flavor it will be. More of an acquired taste.
There you go. Look at this. Bailey.
Yeah, my God. Jesus Christ. How the Bailey?
Right.
Jesus.
I'm not going to rip him too much. He had to get rid of it quick. And Koharski was quick coming across. I'm not going to bag on too much for that. It was bang play. It's bang, man.
If that's the garbage man, individually, he puts that in the net.
No, he doesn't. First of all, he doesn't even get there.
Oh, are you kidding me? The garbage man doesn't move from that area.
Oh, yeah, you're probably
And he would jam the hell out of bam, 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 bam. You'd see about 10 or 12 whacks, and it would trickle in the net. Oh, my goodness. No! Tokarski, what the hell is he doing? He's laying on the ground. You like when the puck's still moving around, he's still laying on the ground. He's not bothering trying to get back in position. He's like, I'm just going to lay here, and hopefully I'll make a stop. Oh, my God.
Something else I've noticed? It looks like a delayed penalty on the Islanders.
Oh,
I was going to say, you know what? They never have a penalty called on them. And considering how much time they have to defend, it's kind of almost astounding. They're like the New York Saints.
The New York Saints. Nick D says, TJ Grump, how you guys doing? Doing well, Nick. Hey, Grump, I got the NHL center ice package, and the only feed I have is Buffalo.
Okay,
maybe I'm in a van. That's why I don't get the Islanders feed.
Here's the reason.
Sorry.
Okay, if he's getting the center ice package, my God, Koharski. The reason could be, I don't know if you live in, I don't know where in Canada you live.
Vancouver.
Okay, lives in Vancouver. Okay, I have no excuse then. Because if you were like in the Toronto area, that could be like a Buffalo market where you only get the Buffalo feed also.
What a bad call. I did not think that was a hook. My God. Anyway, Jeff E says, I'm with you, TJ. It was boring. Nothing to see that I haven't seen that we haven't seen before. Grump, that was an awful first period. Period was horrible.
Okay. Yeah. You know, I just want to say when I see number 89 for Buffalo, I can't help but think of Alexander Mogilny.
Oh, yeah.
I saw 89 for them. Like, oh man, is that Mogilny? He could probably skate for us right now. I tell you what, what team do you think is going to be better in 5 years? The Islanders or Buffalo?
Here's the thing. Does Buffalo have the right do they have the right guys in charge? That's the biggest question.
Well, that is the biggest
How many years have they had rebuilds that have amounted to absolutely nothing, top picks that have amounted to nothing? It depends a lot on who's in charge there.
Maybe the question is, whose talent would you rather have?
Oh,
I like some of the young players. Cousins. I'm not a big fan of Skinner. He makes too much money, but still, I mean, you see some of these younger players.
Krebs, I think, could step up. He could be good. My God, they're getting a lot of good chances to score here on this power play.
But got his helmet knocked off.
Yep, there's 47 seconds remaining on this Buffalo power play. 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the second period. The game is tied at 2 apiece. And man, oh man, that arena is empty as all get out. A nice job sliding in front and sacrificing the body here. Scott Mayfield, good job blocking that shot. I mean, that would have been a prime opportunity to score from a good shot opportunity. Good job, Scott Mayfield. Period was horrible. Nick D says, right on. Kyle scored his second of the season. Look out. Playoff race is on now. And F. Barry Trotz. Drew L says, Brennan Burke, after Okposo scored, said that he really turned around his career. LOL, the dude's a fourth liner on a playoff team. Yeah, he's playing second line for us. He's playing second line for Buffalo. That's why he's getting points. He's playing like 17 minutes a night. Oh man. Buffalo's power play looks more dominant than our power play was, as sad as that sounds.
Their penalty kill looked better than their power play.
Oh my God, look at that.
Well, again, that's Chara. That guy's been standing in front of the net for like 6 months. Get him out of there, Chara.
Chara's going to go ahead and collect rent from him. That's how long he's been chilling in front of the net. My God, Chara.
Oh
no, it wasn't Chara. That was Dobson. Was that Pulak?
Pulak.
Jesus, I'm sorry. I'm watching on the phone. My God.
Skate.
Look at how many of these chances they've had. My God, their power play looked much more deadly than our power play. Their special teams units are better than our special teams units. Simple as that.
Bailey's out there. You know what that means.
What does that mean, Grumpy?
It means our unit's going to suck.
Brian P. said, you're crazy. We're not getting 2 firsts for Mayfield. Man, look at what Tyler Toffoli went for. Mayfield's a top 4 defenseman, first off, a top 4 defenseman that gets paid $1.45 million a year that has another year term on his contract. 2 first minimum. The guy's performed in the playoffs too. Experience matters when you're trying to take that next step. God almighty.
Chara, and he tripped him. God.
Jesus Christ, Chara. My God.
He can't skate. He's mumbling,
can't get off the ice.
Stumbling all over the freaking place.
He can't get off the ice. Holy shit! That we just honestly.
Oh my God! And the guy got cross-checked.
Pulak should be sent to the box for cross-checking too. It should be 5-on-3, but it's probably only going to be a 5-on-4. Pulak with a blatant 2-handed cross-check to the small part of the back.
Ugh.
Jesus, on the penalty kill again. At least it's going to be split between the periods because there's only 59.7 seconds remaining here in this second.
They did an interview in the pregame show. What's her name? Who's the girl who does that?
Shannon Hogan?
Yeah, that's her.
Holy
she
crap.
Interviewed Marty Baron, who used to play for the Islanders.
Yeah, and he used to play for Buffalo too.
That's right. And he does the Buffalo. Oh my God, it was terrible. And he said, who do you think needs to do better? And he's talking about Olofsson. He's like, he's only got 5 goals this year. I'm like, shit. He'd be like third in the team in scoring for us, and he's your biggest problem.
Only
Then you ain't
5
got problems.
goals.
I'm like,
Only
5.
5
What
goals.
about Bailey with 3 goals? Palmieri with 2.
I wish I could say Kyle Palmieri only has 5 goals, but no, only 2. I wish I could say Josh Bailey only has 5 goals, but only 3.
You realize Kyle Palmieri doesn't have 5 goals in the regular season since he was traded for by the Islanders.
Yes. Yeah, trust me. I know. I'm familiar, Grumpy. It looks like we might be able to survive at least into the third period with the tie 2-2 game. My God. Ooh, a little bit of a whiff. But this power play has looked kind of deadly for Buffalo this time around. Not as much. About a minute and 17 remaining on the power play. 15 seconds remaining here in the second period.
You'll like to kind of keep off the scoreboard here.
They tried those slap shots, those one-timed slap shots there from the face off or from the dot. I mean, those really have you could. Holy shit! Are you serious?
No.
0.6 seconds left. A deflection in front of the net. That's what happens when everybody's standing the freak around.
Krebs, Tuck, Thompson.
Yep.
Tell me you wouldn't want those guys out there on your team.
Wow. Islanders can't clear the zone. Hold on. Are they reviewing it with a high stick, maybe? I mean, you can't just stand around and let people park in front of your net. They're going to redirect the puck in. Holy shit. How many more players are going to stand around and not do a damn thing on a team?
Maybe we're going to get lucky.
Oh, no. I think it's under the bar. It's close. It's Alex Tuck. He's battling down low with Scott Mayfield, and that's really close.
That's not going to be above. He's so far out, too.
I was about to say, that is really close.
Okay, and those are 3 guys that weren't in your organization. You traded some veterans, and you got younger players, and they look pretty good for your team.
Honestly, he was – you know what? I'm actually not going to blame Mayfield on that. That was just – it was a hell of a job by Tuck. I don't know what else Mayfield could do. He's moving Tuck out of the way, but Tuck's occupied, and he's able to go ahead and still redirect it. It's just a good play by Alex Tuck. The Islanders go into the third period down 3-2. Holy shit.
Look at Barry. He's like, I suck as a coach. My team sucks. I made the wrong move not playing younger players. I never should have gotten a job in the NHL.
This guy
falls back in a hole. What are you complaining about?
So freaking bad. It's not even funny. And we're right now losing to this miserable netminder. My God.
Buffalo. This isn't the Buffalo Bills. This is the Buffalo freaking Sabres. I don't know what he's belly aching about.
I don't see it. I've got the Buffalo feed, but that's fine. Want you to sigh says TJ Grump totally threw it back in your face. TJ Grump totally threw it back in your face. I know he did. Tomorrow, guys.
Yes, tomorrow we're getting a girl. What's her name?
He thinks Nicole.
Does she have a last name?
Her name is Nicole, Grumpy.
Does she have a last name?
I couldn't.
Just Nicole?
Nicole. It starts with an S, but her name is Nicole. I don't want to mess up and bungle her last name.
Okay.
Nicole. That's what you refer to her as, Nicole, Grumpy.
Well, I like to know somebody. I want to know who's coming on the show. Just not, some girl named Nicole.
Are you going to call her by her last name? What do you mean?
Know who she is.
Nicole Sherman. I just assumed.
Hold on. You didn't think you could pronounce Sherman?
It's okay. It's not with an E. It's with an I, though. So I didn't know if it was pronounced differently. I'm bad with last names, Grump.
Okay. Well, I think the people should know who's coming on, not just
Nicole.
Just somebody named Nicole.
Coming on, Grump.
She's a hairdresser in Belmont. Yeah, Nicole. She's coming.
No, she's not. She's not a hairdresser in Belmont. Big things coming.
This girl some props. That's all.
Yeah, we will. We will.
Don't worry. I'll make her feel like she's a hero, a star tomorrow. You don't need to worry. I'll do my job.
Good. That is your job. Alexander says, "Hey, Grump, TJ, what's up, Alexander? How you doing? I just got home. Oh my God, Palmieri scored. It's a miracle." Yeah. And Frank there says it's the Islanders will score a few goals tonight. Backup goalie, I think. Plus the Islanders play good after a couple days off for sure. Frank D saying, "What's up, fellas? Hey, how about Aho with the assist on Palmieri's goal? Aho also hit Bailey with the slap shot. Grump, you should love that.
Then he should play every single night.
Oh man, move Bailey for a Happy Meal. I would do that." A DT says they just moved into a $1 billion stadium. Don't think they're going to want to rebuild and lose money for the next few years in a new stadium. I mean, they're losing money now, and it's not going to get better.
If you're boring and you can't compete, and we can't compete, no one's going now. You think if we continue
Well,
to roll these
people
things,
are going now, but the new stadium, the feel of the new stadium wears off after the first year. It's not like, oh, we're going for a brand new stadium. I'm going for my first time. Once you've played 40 some odd games there, yeah, all the people who wanted to go to the game probably got a chance to go. And they're planning on raising ticket prices next year. And our team is losing. Not a good idea. And Frank K saying, hey, gents, here in between periods at the Prudential Center. He's watching the Devils, Grumpy.
Devils against Tampa, 3-3 after 2.
Frank also saying Boston has issues. I wouldn't be shocked, but surprised as hell if the Islanders get close or make it a crazy world. Anything can happen.
And TJ, I'm just going to throw this out there. Since it's the end of the second period, maybe we should do an ad read and then bang out those comments.
Okay, well, bang them out, Grumpy. We'll bang them out.
Bang out, baby.
Oh, man. Today's podcast is brought to you by DraftKings. Hoop fans, the latest offer from DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is too good to pass up. I'm talking about between the legs 360 windmill good. New customers can bet just $1 on any team and get 150 in free bets if they win. It's that simple. If Sportsbook isn't available in your state yet, you can still take your shot at a big payday. Everyone can play for huge cash prizes with DraftKings daily fantasy basketball contests. DraftKings is giving all new customers a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes with their first deposit. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use the promo code THPN and bet $1 on any NBA team and get 150 in free bets if they win. That's promo code THPN at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. You must be 21 years or older. Minimum age and location requirements vary by jurisdiction. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for a full list of requirements and state-specific responsible gambling resources. Void where prohibited. Minimum of a $5 deposit. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. And Tennessee, call or text TN Redline, which is 1-800-889-9789. In Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. Or in New York, you call 877-8-HOPENY, or you can text HOPENY, which is 467-369. Hopenny. That's right, Grumpy. Hopenny. For those listeners, Hopenny. Patrick V said, we can buy him out. Talking about bad contracts. It doesn't pay off, unfortunately, especially when you got him for twice the amount of time. Alexander saying, TJ, I disagree with you. I believe we can move elite, but it's not happening, Alexander. Don't let this grumpy old man try to even let you think that's the case. Nelson, you can move, and Bailey. Bailey, you can move. You just got to get creative.
You don't think you can move Nelson?
No, I said you can move. You can move Nelson. I said you can move Nelson. You can move Bailey. Lee, you cannot move. I'm also saying this: if you're planning on keeping Trotz, I wouldn't trade Nelson. If Trotz is gone, I don't think there's any issue with it. But
blow Trotz out. Goodbye. Bye, Trotz. Bye, Trotz. Blow him out of there.
And you can do it in NHL 22. You can do it in real life.
There you go.
Frank says they will not trade a lot of guys, just expiring contracts. We don't have a full rebuild, I don't think. Brock Nelson is good and a favorite of mine. Go easy, Grump, on him. I like Brock Nelson. Grumpy has never liked Brock Nelson. I've liked Brock Nelson since the day we drafted him.
I just think that he's a stat stuffer. He scores a shitload of goals against crappy teams. He'll score empty net goals.
I already disproved that.
I don't care. I don't care. It's my turn to talk, all right? And
it's just not right.
I just think he's just, he's soft as hell. Charmin soft.
I agree. He's soft.
And I think if you can move him for 2 first-round picks, you have to do it. You have to do it. It's criminal not to do it. Let me just put it that way.
BK says, I love listening to you guys. You know your shit. I appreciate it, BK, and so does Grumpy. Brian P says here, yes, move guys out in the offseason and at the deadline. Yep.
Thank you, Brian.
You were wanting to have all of this done.
Keep following the comments.
Oh, look at this BS. Jeremy F saying here, Bruins had 5 trades and brought in 7 new players in 2011, the most by any team in recent history. That went on to win the cup. Fair enough. There it is. Alexander also saying, wow, you guys fight like a married couple. Very entertaining. Thanks there. I'll take this as a compliment. Jeffy says, too funny. You guys argue about trading guys, but you're both kind of right. And you keep arguing about what you agree on. Fair enough. Warzone here says, if you can move Lad, you can move Average Anders. But he's
Thank you.
no trade.
That's why he's the warlord.
The warlord.
He's the Warzone warlord. He's the warlord of the war zone.
There it is. Frank also saying, yeah, I don't get why they want to trade Mayfield. He's really good unless you get overpaid in trades for him. He's really good, and his value for what his contract is worth, I think, will get you a huge return. Huge. The fact that he's played well in the playoffs matters too.
The only reason why we're considering moving players who are still serviceable, and I think Nelson and Mayfield both are, is because the team is on the way down, and you want to try to get some draft picks in here so we can prop it up.
I disagree with that a bit. The reason you trade Mayfield now is because he's got 1 year left on his contract. And if you don't win the cup or think you're a serious competitor to win the cup next year with a team that's very similar to what it is now, Mayfield's going to want to get paid. Mayfield's contract, remember, he was on the entry-level deal, wasn't getting paid much. And then, he's earned $1.45 million a year. And for a guy who's a top 4 defenseman, he's going to want to get paid. He's going to probably want $4.5, $5 million, something around that amount. You're not going to pay him the same that you're paying Pelech and Pulak. As simple as that. He's going to want to get paid, though. And on the open market, he will get paid. I'm saying if you trade him proactively now, you'll get more than what you would for letting him walk for free as a free agent. Because I believe he will walk for free as a free agent because they're not going to pay him the same exact money they're paying Pulak and Pelech. Aho will be moved, says Frank K. Patrick V said, can we trade the coach in his eyebrows? Barry Trotz.
Yes.
Okay. Long response time.
We got a lot of comments. We got to get through.
How many?
A lot. You're not even through to intermission of the first period.
Jeremy F. saying, I love how Aho jumps into the play. You can tell Barzal loves playing with him. He's willing to pass to Aho and his offensive option over many of the other defensemen.
Tomorrow's a must-listen podcast, by the way.
It is. There might be some Matt Barzal news. It might be Nicole might have some Matt Barzal news for us that is, I think, very accurate. That might go ahead and prove what we've been saying all along with a little bit more validation. So,
just like what the grumpy old man's been saying.
It's a must list tomorrow. A must listen tomorrow.
Listen.
Frank says, yes. Frank says, he's not fair on average Anders Lee. He's got 12 or 13 goals on a horrible bad luck season with freaking Bailey on his wing. Anders is good.
No, he's not. Sorry, he's average. He's
the garbage man. He's a really good garbage man. Fantastic garbage man. Paul O.C. said, I don't see us working as hard over the last couple of seasons. That is one of the reasons why we are so below in the standings. I just think we should be better than where we are right now.
It's because we're older. That's such a physically taxing style to play. And now you're going to play full 82-game season. We had 2 shortened seasons the last 2 years. The guys are just older and older. It's tough physically to play that style. That's why we are where we're at.
George has an answer. If nobody wants Mayfield and they're not going to give us a huge return, just say that they get Josh Bailey too, and it'll make everything better.
That'll kill a deal.
Oh, man. Jerben says, freaking Palmieri, what's up with that guy's bushy ass eyebrows?
I'm surprised that Lou doesn't make him trim those things up.
Oh, man, we suck. I hope Malkin orders Lou to retool this team. It's a joke already. I want you to decide, said this team's embarrassing. How many people think that we only need a player or two and back in the conference finals? Well, Habermetrics thinks, hey, all we need to do is just replace Nick Liddy and also Jordan Eberle. That solves all the problems. No way, man. We need a lot more.
It's nonsensical thinking, honestly.
Ariel C said the Islanders have given up more shorthanded goals, more than goals scored on the power play this year. So bad. While we've given up more shorthanded goals than we have scored on the power, there's no way that could be real.
I don't think it is either. I'd love to push that narrative, but I don't think it's true.
I was about to say, there's no way that could be real. Yeah, and Pulak.
That's something I would say, actually. Even if it's not true, I would say something like that.
The War Zone Warlord Grumpy says the Islanders play like the team that has the fourth line identity, except they suck at defense. The team totally sucks, says Patrick V. I think we should stop the game and take them home. Take them to a home. Oh, goodness gracious. Want you to decide says, I'm so sick of looking at the fourth line so much over the course of the game. Yeah, we play our fourth line more than any other team does, unfortunately. Ariel C says here, if they lose, well, let me rephrase. When they lose this game, I think that Lou will definitely be selling at the deadline. I mean, shit, he should be selling already. His inability to beat a team that's in a playoff spot should tell you all you need to know. I'll tell you, they're showing Tage in the moves that he's got.
Tage
Thompson.
Yeah.
Tage. What I just learned of him today. What can I tell you? I don't watch enough Buffalo games. I try to keep watching shitty hockey to only one team, and that's the Islanders. Okay, so I don't watch shitty hocky that other teams play too with Buffalo.
But I shouldn't have to tell you his name is Tage 4 times in the same podcast.
Tage. I said Tage. I don't know.
Not Tage. Tage.
Tage. Tage.
Tage.
I'm just going to call him Thompson. T. Thompson. That better for you, Grumpy?
Jesus.
Jeremy F. says Holmstrom and Salo pick up assists. Just looking for some positives today. Well, fair enough. Okay. That's good to hear. Jeff E. says, I think they're tanking to get Trotz fired. There's no other excuse that troops might be turning on the general here.
I disagree with that. I don't think that's the case.
Matthew C. said, yeah, Tampa beat us on a shorthanded too. Yeah. Warzone Warlord says the Armadillo would rather play the fourth line than Bellows. I can't stand Trotz. And Frank says, like the great Butch Goring says, we got to keep moving our feet and stop puck watching. Absolutely. Dimitri P said, I am convinced I would be a better general manager than Lou. And then Jeremy F saying here, the second Buffalo goal felt like the Tampa goal in Game 7. Just not as devastating. This time around, I'm okay with the Islanders losing.
That was terrible.
Bill B says here, we've become such a soft team this season.
I just think we're old and slow. That's all.
Alexander saying, it's amazing how people are still attacking Sorokin for his performance lately. Yeah, they're going to blame this law. Oh, Sorokin let one week goal. Yeah, our
defense the goalie's always the problem. The goalie's like a quarterback in football. They get all the praise and all the blame. It's our defense. We're old and slow. God, they're skating rings around us out there.
Yes,
I'm astounded. I'm astounded that Buffalo's doing this.
Yes, I'm Jesus. Oh my God. Pete O says, I'm rooting from Alaska.
All right. Good for you, Pete. I love Alaska.
How cold is it up there in Alaska?
Ooh. Probably cold.
Warzone Warlord says, Barzal has mentally checked out. Uh-oh. We might be talking about something like that tomorrow. We might have a little bit of proof on that one. With a bum like average Anders on his left wing, he'll never reach his full potential. That crazy crowd must be getting to the Islanders. Yeah, they're getting to him. They're going crazy, Tony Cheese. Jeremy F. says, Parise's heart and hustle will certainly make himself a player that a playoff contender would want to add as a fourth line depth piece.
100%
for certain. I'm telling you, he might get up to a second round pick.
That was a good $750,000.
Fantastic.
Was a signing. Yep.
So he wasn't an F- deal. He was a good deal then, Zach Parise.
F- was Kyle Palmieri. He's still an F-.
Alexander said, my uncle and a buddy of mine think they could make a run, the Islanders.
We've already talked to your uncle, Alexander. I think we're going to have to do an intervention on him.
I don't think your uncle watches enough of the games. Christopher C. says, laugh at me if you want, but I still believe they've got a shot. A wild card at least.
We're not going to laugh at you, Christopher. We love you.
Absolutely. We're not laughing at anybody. But I'll tell you, this team is...
You draw way better than I do.
Yes. For sure.
And his thing, I'm just going to say, I guarantee you draw better than DJ.
I can make stick figures, and they're still not very
good. Caveman draw on wall.
Jesus. My God, I tell you. I'm just watching the Buffalo. The Buffalo keeps replaying all these goals they've scored against us, and it's just hard to watch all these shitty goals. Man, the goals.
Maybe they're watching you not answer comments.
All these goals we've given up and scored today have been garbage goals. I'm like watching the Anders Lee goal, and I go back and I think to myself, holy crap, what a garbage man goal. Tony Cheese saying, Someone really needs to make TJ and the grumpy old man out of context clips. TJ making that noise into the mic and then explaining to Grumpy how moist his mouth is really made me laugh. Oh God.
Have something to drink, grumpy old man. Take a breath. Ugh.
Take a breath. Alexander says the Islanders make horrible teams look like Stanley Cup defenders. And then Frank also saying here, Buffalo has played a lot better lately. And home game isn't easy. It is not an easy win for us.
They outplayed us.
Brian J says this team sucks. Alex H saying you guys should do a live at UBS Arena. Maybe if they go ahead and they determine to give away free tickets. Maybe then they could justify the trip. But they might as well get thrown out. LOL. Yeah,
we would get tossed.
And then I want you to decide. Says Anders Lee. Good call, TJ. I was about to say I knew he would score a freaking goal. That bastard Anders Lee. He would score against a miserable team like Buffalo.
Look at Buffalo. They're always yucking it up on the bench. Like, man, suck.
Well, they're happy. How often did they go into the third period with a lead? The Buffalo Sabres, like, holy shit, man! Look at this. We're beating the Islanders. We're up 3-2. This is fantastic. The Islanders think they're playoff contenders. I heard they're doubling down and selling off more pieces at the trade deadline. We're beating a playoff contender tonight, guys.
And the start of the third period.
Yes, the third period is underway. Patrick V said, I think Marty St. Louis is going to have his first win against the Islanders.
Oh,
God. Sleeping Angels laughing there. Warzone also saying, are you telling me Bellows can't replace an average for 800K? Average sucks. Easy.
That's my whole thing. He's so much more cost effective. I'm not saying he's the greatest player ever, but he's just as good. I think he's better than Anders Lee.
He's got 13 goals. Suck it, haters. Frank says. Christopher said, Grump, you said 2 to 3 vets on each line. Who do you keep in your opinion? Same question for you.
No, not 2 to 3 vets on each line. Maybe I think you only need.
Here's the thing. I consider a veteran, ancient. I don't even know, right? Because like Matt Barzal is a veteran at this point. Anthony Bavilli is a veteran, right? They've played in the league for 3-4 years. Those guys are vets. You know, they're no longer chickens.
Ajo would be a guy I would keep.
Yeah.
Barzal.
Dude, look at Char's eyes. Holy shit. They're giving me Char's eyes. His eyes. Oh, they're talking about how he's going to be playing the most games by a defenseman. He's going to pass Chris Chelios. Only has 3 more games he's got to play until he ties Chris Chelios and 4 until he passes Chris Chelios. Isn't that great when a crappy team like Buffalo is highlighting that just, they know Chara only has 4 more games to hit a personal accolade of most games played as a defenseman? Who cares?
There's your Islander moment.
There it is. That's how they're going to sell games in the future. Palmieri goes down kind of hard.
Yeah, God. No loss there, honestly.
I'm just saying you'll want to see players get hurt.
He's got a new house to pay for.
Oh, man. Jeez.
New house. Scored a goal today.
I hope
Kyle Palmieri.
I hope he's not hurt. Hope he bounces right back.
He's fine. He's not laying there crumpled in a corner still. He's fine.
Holy shit. Tokarski was in the back. What the hell was he doing? He's out of the net.
He blows. Awful. He is horrible. He sucks and blows. Jesus, he's terrible. Tokarski. Whatever. I don't care what the hell his name is. He sucks.
Brian J says, how can we be struggling against Buffalo? Anders Lee takes a dive and hits the goal. He tries to knock it in with his head, too. Bam! He tries to helmet it into the net this time.
I just want to say something.
What?
Don Koharski used to be a referee in the league. Maybe we'll save this for tomorrow. Remind me tomorrow about Don Koharski. That's all I need you to do.
I love how he hits him with his head. Bam!
Look at him. He's trying to push.
Let's see what happens here. Oh,
nothing.
He immediately grabs the arm. I hope he doesn't break a hand or anything. Oh, he immediately grabs the arm, dude.
That's all right.
Oh man.
Maybe there's another addition by subtraction.
Okay, he's fine. He's fine. I thought he was really badly hurt. Man, come on. I'll be honest. If you grab something like that, you better snap something in half. I'm happy he's healthy, though. My God. Could you imagine another guy going out with injury? That would be the new latest excuse. A 2-on-1 opportunity.
Oh, no.
Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Yikes. Wow.
I don't know who was the guy who's supposed to be back on that.
Well, the defense pairing is Pulak and Aho, so you do the math. No, man, you like that one? Gallows humor is out, buddy. Alexander's saying Trotz will say it was an incredible goal by Lee. He's the best player, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they're going to say, look at that effort. He was even trying to knock pucks in with his head.
He's
Look
so
at the effort
creative.
by Anders Lee.
He's such a leader.
Look, he is. There he is. He's fighting for pucks down low.
Oh, Buffalo saying we need to shit the bed.
Oh my
It's
God.
time.
Oh my God. Bailey. Oh, holy shit. How did Lee not put that one in?
Because he's late.
Bailey actually had a good shot.
Because he's
I don't know what's more. I don't know what's
he hit him right in the chest. He hit him right in the chest.
I thought he hit his glove.
The guy didn't even move.
Oh no, he did kind of hit him in the chest. Oh man.
Bang, right in the chest.
Oh. At least that had a little bit of pop to the party. It had a little bit of a zest to it. Yeah, it was Aho was not back. What a shock.
Another 20 missed the net by.
Oh man.
Well, Aho was up along the wall, I think. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he probably wasn't supposed to be there. Jesus. Frank also says, doesn't matter. 13 goals is 13 goals. Focus on Bailey. He's the problem. Yeah, Bailey's the biggest problem. Trotz just busted a load. The vets did. The vets just scored.
Yeah.
James F also saying, guys, who cares if it's a garbage goal? It's a goal is a goal.
No, James. There's a reason why we were saying that because of the comments he made about.
Oh my God! Yeah, what
the hell? Who was that? Pellick.
Oh, God, bad pass.
Well, no one will say Butch won't say what a crappy pass that was because it didn't turn into anything. Where if it's a young guy, he's crucifying him.
Yeah, the only reason we said that too, Frank, is because he shit all over Oliver Wahlstrom's day about how the goal was created by somebody else and it wasn't a repeatable goal. I mean, he just happened to be in the right place at the right time. And I'm like, you could say that about every Anders Lee goal he's ever scored. Right. Fights down low is a garbage goal.
That's right, because goals are goals.
I agree. Bello should be in. Bench Bailey, please. Looks like the Islanders are putting more pressure on. This is, I mean, the first period. I think they've come out the first 5 minutes and they've been really pressing. Will that amount into a goal? We shall see. The marvelous Marvin Grum.
Marvelous Marvin Hagler.
It's amazing to watch Trotz's pressers and how he paints their performance versus what we watch and see, especially when he talks about Zdeno Chara. Yeah, it's like we don't watch the game.
He panders to the veterans without a doubt.
Well, no, I'm just talking about what picture he paints. He paints it like we're a fantastic team, even though we struggle mightily. My dad stopped watching Islanders games and started watching Perry Mason. Not sure what that is.
Perry Mason was, who was the actor? Shit.
Couldn't tell you.
Burl Ives. Crap. Perry Mason. Shit. I can't remember the guy's name. Raymond Burr played Perry Mason. He never lost. I think in all the TV, he was like a defense attorney, and he never lost a case. I think on the show, maybe one. I think he lost one case on the show.
Well, it looks like the Islanders have, they've been, I think, the better team so far this third period. Yeah. My God, did you see Karski? Does he want to give anybody an opportunity? Like how he's like, oh, I'm going to go ahead and get the rebound. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to look at it on the ground, and then I'm going to cover it up real quick. My God.
I don't know how this guy's won any games.
He's awful. He is an awful netminder. Jeremy F. saying, if you added up the distance from all of Anders Lee's goals, how far from the goal line do you think they'd stretch? Would it reach center ice?
No.
With 13 goals, probably not. No joking aside, I'm saying maybe.
Maybe to the back blue of the face-off dot.
The blue line. No, he did have that one goal from far away that was a really nice job by him and Barzal. But seriously, maybe the blue line. In all seriousness, maybe the blue line.
Yeah, they're all in close.
A little behind the blue line. That's where we're looking. I don't even think you get to center ice. I know that question was meant as a joke, but seriously, I don't even think he gets to center ice. Drew L. said, I never thought I'd see the day when Chara scored. I'm really crying tears. Unfortunately, they took it away. Yeah. He's growing up so fast. Frank also saying, that's Lee's game, screen, and knocking goals. Doesn't matter how far you're away from the net. But it just is more the contract. You don't need to pay a guy who stands in front of that and knocks in goals $7 million plus a year or $7 million a year.
for a guy who can't move. Sorry.
Greg F says here, no chance at the playoffs. Give these young guys a chance. Tony Cheese saying, hold the fudge up. TJ is over here not knowing anything about everything, and he goes and watches Encanto. Yeah. Yeah, my wife.
Okay. Here's the thing. Let me tell you how that went down. TJ, we're gonna watch Encanto today.
What voice is that, Grumpy? Who's that voice?
Paige.
Okay. And then what happened after that? So she said, TJ, we're going to watch Encanto today. What happened, Grump?
And she went, whoosh, and he went, oh, yes, ma'am. Oh,
maybe I want to watch it. I don't mind watching movies. I'll watch a movie.
Oh, please.
Oh, here we go. Oh, Bavillier almost knocks one in.
Buffalo
Buffalo is on the ropes right now. We've been taking the action.
I cannot see how we don't score here.
Yep. I feel like we'll at least go to overtime on this game.
They're just looking just to dump it.
They're playing like they've got 1 minute left in a Stanley Cup Game 7. They're just literally laying everybody back in the zone, sending one guy on the forecheck, up 1 goal in the third period. Is there any wonder as to why Buffalo is as bad as they are? My God, they're just laying everybody back in their own zone. I guess that's how you beat the Islanders, right? They don't have a lot of offensive chances. Lay everybody back and say, beat us, get one through our defensive system, and get one through all the massive individuals.
Don't you have the feeling next team that scores is going to win?
Oh. Yes, 100%. If Buffalo scores, they cement in the win. If we score, I think we win. I mean, Buffalo's on the ropes. No more shorthanded goals, says Chris. LOL, Tony. Alexander saying here, I love how Wahlstrom is not afraid to fight someone and to stand up for his teammates for certain. Wahlstrom gets demoted to the second power play unit.
It's yikes. More brilliant Barry Trotsisms.
Kanye the Giant says, sorry if it's off topic, but did you ever watch the boxer Tommy Morrison? It's sad when guys throw away so much potential.
Hey, that right? It's money for guys who are broke kind of affects them different ways. He didn't have a great chin. That's what beat Tommy Morrison.
And then Ariel C said
in the 90s.
Yeah, and Ariel C said the fact that they didn't score on that flurry, wow. Yeah, but Bavillier missed a wide open net. Tony Chi says, this is ridiculous. The amount of energy he puts into interpreting kids' movies and not watching freaking Paul Thomas Anderson movie is outstanding or astonishing.
Astounding. Not outstanding, astounding.
Astounding. Who is Paul Thomas Anderson?
He's a director. He did like Boogie Nights, Magnolia.
Couldn't watch
another movie recently. He's a pretty good director.
I couldn't say I know any of those movies. Alexander says, is the Buffalo goalie Tokarski the same goalie that faced the Rangers in the 2014 playoffs? I think he is. Let me pull that up though to be sure. Tokarski. Yeah, I was about to say he's 32 years old. He's been around a while. He's a career journeyman. That's for certain. Oh, come on. I'll pull it up, Grumpy.
Look at the guy behind Barry. He looks like a Barry wannabe right behind him in the stands.
Oh,
looks a little bit like Barry. Same
He's
face.
The goalie. He played. Yep, he played there for Montreal during that series against the Rangers, I believe it was.
Yeah,
and the 2013-14 season. Let's take a look. Yep, nice memory. Nice memory.
Place your deposit today and get priority access to Islanders season ticket subscriptions.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure the season ticket's going to be flying off the shelves after this product we saw. Brian J says trade everyone.
Give us money to put you on the waiting list. Thank you.
I don't think you have to worry about the wait list this year, guys. I'm just going to go ahead and give you that little inside knowledge. Empire says here, see, Bailey missed the side of the barn. Yes, Grumpy. Bailey is the problem, not Lee or Nelson on anyone. Oh.
Yeah, that's not my point, though.
Another slap shot from the point. My God, their slap shots from the point are hard. They're usually close to on target, and the Buffalo does a good job of reading.
Look at him, just let him walk in.
My God, the fourth line, you're right. They're letting. Holy shit! If he almost kept that on a stick. Did you see that nice play? The fourth line. Oh my God. Jesus. Hockey. The hockey has been very entertaining here the last 7-8 minutes.
It's fire engine hockey, boys and girls.
It is fire engine hockey of two sloppy teams. So a lot of chances and a lot of hems and haws.
But I saw that defense. I'm like, why are you pinching up there? You got a 1-goal lead and turns into a chance on the other end. Don't do it. Like right here. Look, why are you pinching up there, 26?
He got beat by freaking Cal Clutterbuck.
I know he got beat by Matt freaking Martin.
Oh, and the guy got beat to loose puck by Matt Martin, but Cal Clutterbuck beat the other defenseman. Warzone Warlord says here, Bellows scores and that armadillo hates him. Say you Brock goodbye. Atu Ratu will not play for the Islanders next year. Yeah, I agree. Nelson is good. You guys are nuts. I like Nelson. Plus, you won't get 2 first-round picks. You need a couple of vets, and Nelson is good. Nelson is very valuable. I think he would get more than just 2. I don't know. Frank, I think Nelson's very valuable.
Here's the thing, Frank. The Islanders have about 15 vets on this team. They don't need any more.
Anthony R. says, if we're trading Mayfield, who's the right defenseman? I want Wild to get a legitimate shot to be the third right defenseman pairing.
Oh, look at the puck has like eyes to go through all the defenders on Buffalo. Look at them. They're mumbling, bumbling, stumbling all over the puck. Both teams. It's like, come on, fellas. Like I said, I thought the first period was much cleaner than the last.
Well, at least this has been entertaining. You want to know what's entertaining? This is entertaining in a bad way because there's so many chances due to mistakes that's entertaining. It's entertaining, though.
Yeah, how they have the Oscars. This is like the Razzies.
The hell are the Razzies?
That's like the worst. like the worst movies of the year. The Oscars are the best, supposedly. The Razzies are the worst.
Oh, wow. I'm sure you
don't. They even gave Bruce Willis his own category now for bad movies.
What?
Yeah, really? The Razzies gave Bruce Willis his own category because he's been in so many bad movies.
Oh,
he's left all the way to the bank, though.
Brian J said we're one of the worst teams in the league. Frank also says, I'd rather not trade Mayfield. Our defense isn't what it used to be. So why trade a good one unless we get a crazy bounty on him?
Well, you're not going to be able to afford him after next year.
Yep. And if you're not winning or going to win the cup next year, get assets for him instead of getting diminished return next year when you trade him at the trade deadline. If you're out of the wow! The Islanders score. Palmieri scores another. What a lucky freaking goal. Tokarski. Holy shit, baby. Tokarski, you're the best player on our team.
Okay. You want to know why he scored? He didn't shave today. Look at his look.
He does have some stubble.
He's got a little stubble there.
Palmieri has stubble action.
He scored 2 goals.
Let him continue to grow. Maybe he's like, Lou, I just had my kid. I've been up all night. It's my first kid. I can't get any sleep, but this is just, the 12 o'clock or 5 o'clock shadow. Holy shit, Carthy.
He is terrible.
Oh,
he's inside the freaking net. You stupid bastard. Get outside the net. Don't be inside the net.
Jesus Christ. And here's the thing. The Islanders are bad. Ladies and gents, we are tied right now with the miserable Buffalo Sabres. Both teams have looked awful. We allowed a 2-on-5 goal on the power play. We do not deserve to win this game. We are not a playoff caliber team. Simple as that.
Very true.
Wow. Well, now Kyle Palmieri's got 3 goals. Now you could say Palmieri's a stat stuffer, right? He's scoring against shitty teams. That's right. That's a narrative you could sell.
That's right.
Bo Cephas says here, Buffalo, not good, but better than before. The problem is the Islanders are much worse than we thought. We must trade Chara. The Leafs want him. Oh, wow. The Leafs must be damn out of their mind. It will open up for the kids for certain and help teach Dobson. Thanks. Trade him away, says Frank.
I mean, if somebody really wants him, why haven't you already pulled the trigger on that deal?
Oh, man. Kanye the Giant says, I want to see Grumpy play GM mode in NHL 22 and see how he fixes the Islanders. It'd be a funny stream. I actually would be interested if Grumpy knew how to get on an Xbox or knew how to film or get something like that. I would love to see what Grumpy's moves would be with with the team.
I'll tell you who wouldn't be on my team. 27, 12, 21. Name anybody else. What's Croc's number? 29. Gone.
LOL. Jagermeister. Grumpy. Jagermeister.
Yeah, that's a Jagermeister.
Tonight's stream is like I traveled into the past all the way back to 2002 and I'm 11. My parents are just not getting along. Yeah, Tony Cheese. Laughing my ass off, Tony Cheese. That's a terrible call. Ryan H saying, let's go Sabres. Islanders suck.
Oh!
I got news for you.
Shade.
I got news for you. The Sabres suck too. Both these teams suck. Team needs to call timeout. This is from a while ago. Sorry, I'm late on the comments. Greg F say, it's a bad game when you talk about the water and when you talk about your water in the ears. The Sabres power play goal is coming. I'm like, WTF, Chara sucks. Go Sabres. Yeah, Chara does suck. Jeff E says, Hey, do you guys want to hear a funny joke? You do. Okay, here it is. The New York Islanders. Kyle Palmieri has 2 career hat tricks, one for the Ducks and one for the Devils. Now he's going to get his one for the Islanders, Grumpy.
You know who's never had a hat trick in his career?
Josh Bailey.
I don't know if he had that piece of shit. Anders Lee's never had a hat trick either.
Really?
Never. Stop telling me how great he is. Sorry.
Read my lips. Chara and Bailey are the problem on this team. Get rid of them and watch you improve a lot. Mark my words. Tony Cheese saying, I'm gone. I've gone from watching the Islanders games and listening to you guys in the background to watching you guys and listening to the Islanders game in the background. Good. That's what I like to hear, Tony Cheese. My God, look at how many chances we've had. We just could not execute. These teams suck, both of them. Sal B saying, hey,
you know what? His mom, Tokarski just called him and says, you suck. She just called up, left him a text message. You blow.
You know how Josh Bailey doesn't get invited to Sunday dinners? Does Tokarski get invited to holiday dinners like Thanksgiving and Christmas?
No, you know what's going to happen? Josh's mom is going to invite him to Sunday dinners.
Kyle's family, Palmieri's, are going to invite Tokarski to the family dinner. They're going to invite him to the holidays.
I'll just say Bailey because they have an empty seat at the table right now already.
Oh, good gracious. Sal P, look at this sexy guy, Grumpy, with his Islanders Never Say Die merchandise on over here. His Maddie and the Jag shirt, which you can find in the merchandise store. Link in the description below. Hey, fellas, we're awful. Gotta love the fans who still think the long road trip at the start of the season is why our record sucks. Yeah, they'll use that. Oh, that's why we've sucked over an 82-game season.
I don't know what excuse they can use for next year if they don't blow this team out of the water and start over.
You want to talk about ads? I'm watching the Buffalo stream right now, and I'm getting an ad for the Bandits MLS lacrosse team, Major League Lacrosse team. Oh my God. I'm getting Major League Lacrosse advertisements. Oh, Anders Lee laying the lumber down low. Look at that. Anders Lee. He's gonna sing Anders Lee's praises. I guarantee you that at the end of this game. The Islanders are in the driver's seat, though. They looked a better team in the third period, even though they've looked woeful for the majority of this game. Oh my God,
Bailey, you piece of shit dust.
And look at Buffalo. They have a chance. 4 guys in the offensive rush. Is there any wonder why Buffalo is so bad? Oh man.
Look at this. Look at these guys. Now this is the Buffalo I know and love.
Jesus, yeah, they've collapsed.
They've just fallen apart. They were good for 2 periods. And then
0.6 seconds, my God. We're the kings of allowing goals in the last 5 seconds. WTF, says Frank.
True.
We're going to be the kings of scoring a goal and giving one up 30 seconds later also. The king of shorthanded goals against, that's for certain. Beast Gaming 12 says the Islanders are so bad. They can't struggle against the Sabres. Yeah. Ooh. Anytime Tokarski, my God, Tokarski just turned the puck over. He sucks. I don't know how the hell he's a starting netminder for him.
That was a nice defensive play by Dobson, though, prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're trying a lot of home run passes. Chara got in the way.
This is fun to watch because both teams are so bad. You know what it's like? It's like kind of watching, well, the quality is much better, or our quality here is much better, but it's like watching an AHL or an ECHL game where the game's just so wide open right now.
Yeah. And that must really drive the king of structure crazy.
Oh, for certain. Drew L. saying, we absolutely suck. Sickening watching this Islanders team, says Matthew C. Nick D says, Barry did everything he can for this team. It's time to let him go. Thanks, Barry, but it's time to move on in a different direction. For
Absolutely.
Certain. Tony Cheese saying, we reign over the glorious kingdom of has-beens. Oh, nice save by Sorokin. My God.
Point blank shot save.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, we're pretty porous on the defensive side of the puck, too. I mean, there's 6 minutes left remaining in this third period. It's a 3-3 tie. It looks like we might be seeing a little bit of overtime today, boys.
Oh, a little extra hockey. Yoo-hoo. Extra bad hockey. Ooh. I hope that Matt Barzal doesn't take Darlene down at some point in time. Never
he'll get ripped. My God, look at this. Oh, they do a good job of they do a good job of the cross ice passes in the offensive zone. And the Islanders ice the freaking puck. Are you kidding me?
Look at this guy pretending like he was gunning
He's
it down.
Skating hard. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm skating so hard. I'm getting more commercials for the Buffalo Bandits.
Okay, because you're watching the Buffalo feed. Get to the comments.
Could you imagine the Islanders feed having MLS lacrosse advertised on it?
Okay, what do they show? People who send in video clips of themselves as Islander fans. What's the difference?
They have the Buffalo Bandits. They had the Buffalo Bandits banners hanging at the Buffalo Arena. Think about that shit. They must double this arena, must double as the Bandits arena, I guess.
Okay.
They've got the Buffalo Bandits freaking pennants, or the Buffalo Bandits the championship wins they've got hanging up in the rafters. Oh, what a joke. Oh my God. Sorokin. It almost catches them high. We've got like 5 to 7 last second goals in different periods as of the end. It's a major issue. Sucks the life out of you, says Frank. Another crappy last second goal special. Trotz's eyebrows are still going strong. Who's Nicole? Where is she from? She's Twitter. By the guys. Go Canada, go. Capuano must be proud of this team. Yet you get another coach and has an offensive style that fills the seats.
Yeah,
gotta win games.
We don't have any talent to play that game though. That's where we're stuck between a rock and a hard place.
I would just like a coach who likes a little bit of offense and defense, not so much on one side or the other. I want a coach who's kind of middle of the road on that. Wants some offensive production, also wants defensive structure. Not all defense and no offense though. Deidre C said they just look so uninspired. This team, they should have jumped on. I wonder the words of wisdom Trotz is going to say in the post game.
I can't wait. Well, it depends if they win or lose.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say. James F saying, you think that these female figure skaters competing for gold tonight, they can't play. They can play on the first line. Oh God, they'll skate better than our fourth line. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, we got a couple of those figure skaters on the team now.
Part of the ice capades. Jerben says Palmieri's caterpillar eyebrows. I've thought about this. The Islanders know they have scoring issues, so they press and they hold their stick tighter, etc. Because they don't rush their shots and etc. and they don't score. I watched the Avalanche. It's easy. It's easy for the Avalanche for certain.
They're talented. We're not. That's the difference.
Druel says, Alexa, cue up how to make this happen. And make this happen to me by Simple Plan. Is that, I guess, a song?
I don't know.
Guys, you say Nelson is soft, but I've seen him fight back and he gets in face. No, he is
absolutely
he's 6'2", 6'3", and he gets bodied around by small guys. It's sad. It's hard to watch sometimes. Look at Buffalo committing cross ice passes in their own zone.
Tage Thompson.
And Tage Thompson, he's looked impressive. Yeah. I've liked what I've seen on him. And maybe it's because he's on a shitty team, but he's impressed me today. For how big he is, he moves well.
Yeah.
For 6'7", oh, man, I miss Taves. You and me both, Frank. Alexander says, I believe you get a first for Nelson and also for Varlamov.
Move him.
Wallstrom is low-key a savage. Just punches someone in the face without hesitation. Gotta love it.
Yep.
Donald W. says the Islanders playing like the old Islanders when they give up goals at the end of periods, and did it once again. Deidre C. says, what do you guys think about Barzal, Grumpy? You're just going to keep us wondering. It can't be good. I'll let you know it's not good.
It's something that we've talked about.
Yes, it's something that we've espoused, and we said that it looks like this, but we have nothing to define it but our gut feeling and the look of Matt Barzal. Now you could kind of say, oh, this is an action by Matt Barzal also. That proves that what we're thinking and what our eyes tell us and what we've seen on the ice may actually be true. So it's just a little bit more. SB 1982 says, Sabre fans, thank you for the live stream, guys. Absolutely, SB. Welcome to the show. Drew L says, Pulak probably should have been on long-term injury list.
Yeah, he doesn't look the same.
Yeah. Frank also saying, yeah, Drew, you're right. Wally fights immediately for his guys. Great show of character. You think that Lou would play him on Barzal's line. Well, Barry probably doesn't like that they wouldn't play enough defense.
That's very true. I'm going to say definitely next goal wins here. Don't you think so?
with less than 4 minutes left in the game, I would have to agree. It's a tie game, though, still. As much as the Islanders were dominating earlier, it looks like Buffalo's had a little bit of a surge or resurgence. They've been putting a few pucks on net. They've been playing a little bit better. They've had a little bit more offensive zone time. I mean, their defensive zone, they're no great shakes, that's for certain. The issue is the Islanders can't get offensive zone pressure, so it's hard to exploit the inability for Buffalo's defending. Oh my God!
Oh, we missed
He
a wide
almost shoves
open
that
chance.
in.
74.
He almost redirects that 74 in the net. Look at that. An
gosh.
opportunity.
We're having a hard time getting out of our zone.
We can't clear the puck right now. God almighty. We iced it
Aho
first.
got it out. Aho got it out.
Yeah, I should send him back to the bench, though. Jeffy said, terrible year for my terrible year being a sports fan. My Vikings, enough said. My Islanders, enough said. I hope the MLB stacks up because I'm a Twins fan. Enough said. Ooh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you shitting? How? Are we just going to allow unimpeded people to just go ahead and tee off?
Olafson, the guy who needed proof because he only had 5 goals this year. And there's Barry's like,
Peyton Krebs. Peyton Krebs with another assist. Wow. Peyton Krebs lighting her ass up.
Is he offsides?
I was hoping Peyton Krebs would go ahead and drop to us, but never did. Look at this. Look at this. That's one that Sorokin wants to say.
He's got to do better there. He doesn't look comfortable. I just think because the defense is so bad.
He gets across late.
And he got handcuffed a little bit. Char just
he did get handcuffed. God almighty.
First goal in 30 games.
Holy shit.
Oh. My God.
Wow. Islanders are going to the Stanley Cup, baby. Woo!
I think, yeah. Tokarski!
Tokarski might strike again, though. He is awful.
He didn't know
I don't know who's played worse tonight. I mean, Tokarski's been awful. Never mind. I can't even joke like that.
Tokarski blows.
100% our problem is Bailey and Chara, period. Joseph C. said, hey, look at it this way. At least you guys aren't a Coyotes fan. The NHL is about to get ready to play them in a college hockey building that seats 5,000 people. Yes, they do.
I would get season tickets. If I was lived out there,
Absolutely.
I would absolutely buy season tickets to that.
For certain.
You're never going to get a better seat watching NHL hockey than that.
You guys have me anxious about Barzal. I just hope he'd tell us that he's leaving instead of leaving and just hanging us like the snake.
The snake.
Holy shit. I'll put it to you like this. He's probably not happy, just like we had said. My God, dude, Sorokin looks all out of sorts.
He's been deep in his net, which I told you has always been up. That's got to be offsides. No, yeah, okay. Whenever you know, look at Matt Martin trying to mix it up with this fella here. There's Jack Eichel in the stands.
Here's the thing. Trott's got to go. Trotz is not the coach, the style that we need right now.
We need to change our style to fit in more what the NHL does.
Yes, I agree with that.
A skill game with guys who can skate the puck. That's just the style that we play. That needs to be played in the NHL nowadays. Sorry.
Think about how much time we spend. Think about how much time we spend in our defensive zone.
I'm not saying that being able to play defense and be gritty is, we don't want to do any of that, but you just can't play only like that. Just sorry, can't do it. Krebs and Cousins, again, the young guys producing for Buffalo. And here's the thing you forget. They had a whole lot of offensive zone time before that goal went in. That's the whole thing, right?
Absolutely. David D says, hey guys, I'm here at Coaster's Tavern in Long Island watching the Islanders Sabres game with Tommy B and the gang. I got a perfect move, grumpy old man. Let's shampoo Lou sign Jaeger 50 years old to a two-year deal at the end of the season. He could score more goals than anyone outside of Matt Barzal. Come on, Clutterbuck to the top line. I need to get drunk. Lou and Trotz won't change their old ways.
I think just saying that comment, maybe he has had a couple already, I think.
Oh, my God. We got the goalie pulled. 1 minute and 28 seconds left. The Islanders.
I think we're going to score here. I feel we're going to score here. I think we're going to get Tokarski'd. Buffalo's going to get Tokarski'd.
Tokarski's awful. Oh, Tokarski's bad.
Oh, nice.
I thought he threw that all the way across ice, and it went all. Oh, my God. Oh. That Barzal loses an edge.
It looks like he lost an edge there making the pass.
Oh,
look at
wow. What?
Oh,
How the
my
hell did that sneak in?
What a goal.
Holy shit. How did
He
that
airmailed
sneak
that
in?
one.
My God, that was beautiful. That's a great shot. I don't know how the hell he look at Trotz. I just want to see Trotz's face. I'm watching the Buffalo. Can I just get a 24/7 cam right now on Trotz's face? I want to see that. Oh, baby. Barry.
Yeah, he lost an edge. Oh,
My God, his own defense. That was great. That wasn't even a bouncer. That was perfect.
No, he airmailed.
If you give him a puck like that every single time with all those in front of him, I mean, what do you do? That 1 out of 10 attempts? He's smiling his ass off. He's cheesing on a bench. He's like, I've scored an empty netter. Go Buffalo. I want a top 3 to 5 pick in this year's draft, but Trotz probably will bury him in the minors for a decade once he shows that he could score.
We were playing against a goaltender who's just deplorable.
Hold on. Who's have another donut? Have another donut, you fat pig. What is that, Grumpy?
That's Don Koharski. You need to you just mention Don Koharski tomorrow.
Okay. We've got an empty net once again. Okay.
Let's see if we can give up another goal.
Oh, God.
They're not afraid to just
like we are.
I'm not getting. They're like,
oh my God, there's another empty there. 6-3 Buffalo. Woo! Let's go Islanders. Da, 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 da.
Cousins scored.
Olofsson with his second. Is that his second goal? My God, his second goal of the evening.
I thought maybe it was Cousins.
No, it's Olofsson.
Well, there you go. You know how you get better?
Play the Islanders.
Olofsson. You just played the Islanders.
My God. I mean, Sorokin wasn't good tonight, but Jesus Christ. Dobson wasn't good. A lot of players are bad tonight. And Tokarski was awful. Look at Olofsson, man. They're giving him high fives. They're rubbing up all of them on the bench. Oh, man. Wow. Let's go Islanders.
He lost to Buffalo.
Go Islanders. Da, 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 da. Man, let's go Islanders. Love it.
Who are we going to lose to on Thursday?
Max Power says we suck more than gravity. Sorry, I skipped over a lot of comments, but I'm pretty sure it's the same. We suck. We need to get rid of them. Jeffy says Grumpy Old Man, next goal wins. LOL. Oh man. Yeah, I'll tell you. I've seen better structure in a first grader's popsicle stick house.
Wow. That's a bold statement.
I'm all out of the funny today, boys. You did a good job, Tony. Tony Cheese. Good job.
We're terrible.
My God.
We're terrible.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no, we suck again.
Hey guys, I think if we go ahead and win every single game the rest of the year, I think we can go ahead and make the playoffs.
They just had Lane was talking to Barry's pointing things out. He's like, Barry, those guys over there, the young ones, they're the ones you need to play. You stupid piece of shit.
The season's over, Barry. The team has tuned your ass out. It looks like a bit. My God, the Buffalo Sabres. Oh no, hey, the team's not struggling. This all has to do with the fact that we went on a 13-game road trip at the beginning of the season. That's why we're still struggling at game 50.
What happens when we struggle? What happens when we struggle?
I could care less about the team's struggles. Oh man, I'm gonna clip that.
Give me a kiss.
Oh man, simply horrible. Jesus, man. Oh, Grumpy. Man, I tell you one thing. Hey, this is what we need to do. Full out lose mode. We're in tank now. Paying for Shane Wright. Here's the thing, though. If we're going to get an early pick, we need to get rid of Trotz. Simple as that. He's not going to play young guys. Well, if you're gonna be selling off pieces because we're woeful, you need to have somebody who wants to incorporate young pieces.
You need to jettison as many guys as you can. As many as you can. Just stop. Stop living in fantasy land thinking that we're going to be better next year. We're not. We're going to be absolutely worse than next year. I mean, the older guys are not getting any younger. They're not getting any better. I think you've seen I watched the post game after the Calgary game, and Barry's excuse as well. We played 3 games in 4 nights. We didn't have our legs. You know what?
That's the rest of your freaking season, buddy. You had 43 games over an 80-game stretch after the All-Star game, and every other team has an immense amount of games in a short time period. You have freaking excuse making mother effer. Every other team's dealing with the same shit you are. And you're
That's
making freaking excuses.
That's true. That's
I
true.
can't do that. I can't do that. I cannot stand the excuses like that, man. That's nonsense. Well, here's the thing, right? Now we've got 43 games played on the season, grumpy old man. And we can look at it just like this. If we were to win every single game that we had in hand, we would be only 1 point ahead of the Columbus Blue Jackets guys now. So I guess that points in hand little argument is quickly fleeting. I don't know how anybody can make any sort of it could have any sort of reasoning how we might make the playoffs this season. Just don't see it. The playoffs are they're long gone.
We're not making the playoffs.
We've lost 3 games in a row. We lost to the Oilers 3-1, the Flames 5-2, and we just lost to the Buffalo Sabres, albeit with empty nets included, but 6-3.
I mean,
and their goalie tried to let us win.
Right. I mean, just to look at it. Okay, who are the team? Let's play maybe we make the playoff game, right?
And it's over. That was a quick game, Grumpy. It was a fun game too.
Very good. Let's say, okay, Washington. How'd Washington play today? Right? We got 8 games or 7 games. 8 games, I think.
7 games now. 7 games.
Washington's playing tonight though. They're up 1-0 over Nashville. I know it's still early, first period, second period. I'm sorry. So anything can happen there. But you got Boston and the Rangers, right? Boston. Oh, that's a team we can catch. They're falling apart. Well, they're going to overtime against the Rangers, so they get the loser point. While we got doubled up by Buffalo.
They at least get the loser point.
Yeah, and then you got
that's assuming they don't win,
right?
And then it's a shootout. Yeah,
yeah, and then who else? Pittsburgh. I mean, they're first in the division, so we're not catching them.
We're not catching any of these teams. We're not making the playoffs.
They're only like 28 points ahead of us right now. It's like 28 points ahead. 28.
Oh, that's it. And we've got 6 games in hand though. I think we can go ahead and amass 30 points in 6 games, right?
I just find it funny because I always try to add the max Islander points and expect everyone else is going to lose and the Islanders aren't going to lose. And then we play teams like Buffalo and we get doubled up against Buffalo. By the way, Buffalo's tied with us now in the standings for points, just for points.
We do have games in hand over Buffalo though, Grumpy. So yeah, I think we can pass Buffalo.
Very true.
I just look at this. I look at this scenario. It's safe to say Detroit is way ahead of us. Detroit, right? We've got 7 games in hand over Detroit. Detroit, though, is 10 points ahead of us.
Yeah, so if we win every game, then
you could come with a max of 14 points. We're not even on scale with the Detroit Red Wings, and people are talking about how we can be on scale with playoff caliber teams. Wake the hell up. And for people to say, oh, we're just going to come back next year and it's all going to be good.
Clean the wax out of your ears.
Here's the thing. If you are subscribing that we can do very little this offseason, we just need to move 1 or 2 guys. All we need to do is find the Nick Leddy replacement and the Jordan Eberle. We need a lot more than that. A lot more. Hate to be the bearer of bad news. A lot more. But, we're going to save that for tomorrow's podcast. It's going to be a fun one for certain. Nicole has got some juicy deets, Grumpy. For everybody listening now, I promise. Max also saying, yeah, Palmieri, he doubled his goal production tonight for certain.
He tripled it.
No, he didn't triple it. He went from 1 goal to 3. Well, he scored 2 goals. He scored
1 to 2 is doubling.
He scored 2 goals tonight.
Yeah. 1 to 2 is doubling it. 1 to 3 is tripling it.
Fair enough. I will say this. Tomorrow's going to be a fun one. Nicole, and I power to. I don't know how you talk about people that, fight the good fight and people that are really attuned to Islanders information. This thing that she discovered was it's quite telling. I'm not gonna include too much on it, and the story behind it and how it's evolved over the last 24 to 48 hours after she posted this on social media is more the interesting portion than anything else. And I'm going to have to really go in depth and explain it. And again, big props to Michael M. He's the one who pointed this out to me. We were going to have Nicole on the podcast this Wednesday, but he let me know about this, so it wasn't as much of a bombshell to me when we had Nicole on bringing this up. But I tell you, we're going to go in depth. Thank you, Michael M., for bringing this up and showing it to us. And I cannot wait to have our conversation tomorrow with Nicole. We'll get to talk about a few things. We'll talk about some Matt Barzal news, and we're going to talk about some Islanders prospects because, right, that's what we're looking forward to now, the prospect situation. We look forward to Islanders prospects because this season's far gone.
That should be a short conversation.
No, it's going to be a good one. I am interested to see, for people who watch the games, how would you dispel any type of disbelief I may have in William Defoe, right? I know he's putting up good points, but the guy is, he's 19, almost 20 years old playing in juniors, right? I mean, could we just think that maybe his production's increased because he's playing kids that are 3 to 4 years younger than him? Right. I want to hear how you combat those type of things, because I can't say I watch a lot of the St. John Sea Dogs games. Don't have enough hours in the day. But for people who do watch all those and stay up to date, I want to understand. I want to understand what we think we've got in our prospect system, because you and I have come out and said prospect pool is very shallow. I want to hear somebody who watches all those games, watches the Bridgeport Islanders. I want to hear their perspective on it.
Okay. There's no one who says that we have a deep prospect pool, just to let you know.
I'll be interested to hear what Nicole.
No one. I want to hear what she says about the prospects, but I mean, I'm just going to say we don't have a deep prospect, but we don't. I mean, I'm sorry. We don't. I mean, that's not talking out of school. Those are just facts.
Oh man. Well,
I absolutely want to hear what she has to say. I'm going to guarantee she knows more about the prospects than we do, because we don't look at the prospects. We worry about the protein.
It sounded like you said protein, like a protein drink.
Protein.
The protein.
I forgot I have to speak slow. So you went protein.
The bro team for certain, Grumpy. But we're here at the end of the podcast today. What do you want to say before we wrap things up, Grumpy?
I want to say love and laughter to everyone who listens, and even those who don't, from TJ and the Grumpy Old Man.
Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Tomorrow we'll be going live. We got some juicy deets to cover. If you're not on Twitter and you're not, you don't constantly scan the Twitter sphere, this might be new news to you. For some of you, you may have seen it, but you didn't take too much into it. We're going to take a deep dive on some Matt Barzal news and some comments that were made by a coach. And we talked about the coach's comments not too long ago, and I think Matt Barzal might be a little unhappy. I think he might be a little unhappy.
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And thank you, Grumpy Old Man.
My pleasure.
All righty. Absolutely. Have a great afternoon. Great evening, Grumpy. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.